Short for Tim Dog.
Ooh.
How's he doing? Is
Got
he on
him.
suicide alert? Let's see.
No, he's a full PS fanboy. He doesn't care.
Yeah, but he lost an exclusive today, so he's not doing good.
The Nerd Chat, an Xbox podcast,
is a podcast celebrating all things gaming, food, and the good old days.
hosted by a group of best friends. If you'd like to find out more, visit nerdchatmedia.com.
This is Cortana. And remember, don't make a girl a promise if you know you can't keep it. As always, Spartans, see you online.
Xbox is dead.
Thanks for coming.
Oh, hello. Bubba, what can you mute?
I am
You're talking
muted.
to Team Bull. No, you're not. Good God. We're off to a great start. Here we are under the leadership of Xbox right there. Daddy Diwali here, and welcome to the Nerd Chat. No longer an Xbox podcast, Jose. Now we are just a video games podcast.
Okay.
Joining me as always. Wait, did you guys see my quote?
I
on my
can't
name?
read. This
isn't the life I want from Verso.
Okay, if you finish the game
Yeah.
and you're based, you understand.
I think you got the quote wrong.
That's what he says.
I'm pretty sure it's I don't want this life. I don't want this life.
That's something we'll go to the tapes. But anyway, joining me as always, Jin Sakai is my dog. Jose at Chipotle Bear.
I'm doing great, bud. Happy Thursday. Got a lot to talk to. Got to play a lot of games this week, but also a crazy amount of news dropped in the last couple days. So
Let's keep going. Joining us as always, third party X Bacon Gaming.
We had some bad news yesterday, had some great news today. Let's get this going.
It was great news today.
And joining us as always, excited for Glizzies tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bubble Boy.
Oh,
and Seven.
Glizzies. I should.
Yep.
Glizzies. My bad.
Come on, we got to appeal to Gen Z. All right, Bubble Boy and 7. And making his first appearance, it's taken way too...
No, I think he's third.
Kevin?
Yes.
Me?
No,
Yes.
It's his first.
No,
Yeah.
it's my first.
Exactly, making his first grand debut from Save the Game Media and Project X Talk, the Muffin Mon himself, Mr. Kevin Ainsworth. Welcome to the show, my friend.
Sweet.
I would love to know who Bubble Boy's thinking of. You guys have been on my show.
I've been on
Exactly,
your
we've
show.
been on his
My
show.
show. Yeah.
They record at similar times. We're going to get to that in a second, Kevin. I have a
Man.
lot to discuss with you. I invited you to be here specifically. Okay, so I have a lot to directly ask you. So let's move
great.
on. We have another guest, you guys. I don't know how he's here. He just keeps showing up. I literally have no. I joined the room. He's already in here. I don't know.
The lock.
Please welcome fact checker himself, Mr. Badbit from PS Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast. How are you tonight?
Listen, I came here early. I literally left my vacation at beautiful seaside, sunburnt, just so that I could keep the record straight because I'm the fact checker tonight. Okay.
Oh, he's
Got the
got
book.
his notes.
Oh yeah.
I even titled it. Look at that beautiful handwriting.
What's
You
that
can't
say?
see it 'cause it's in reverse, but it says it says keeping them in check. All right. And also, I just want to personally thank Danny Diwali over here. You know, look at him.
Oh, yeah, we got it.
That was
Oh my
fast
God.
skipping.
Stranding controller because
Did you open it yet?
no,
No.
not yet. I'll open it while we talk about how Divers came into PlayStation.
All right.
I want to see. I want to.
It's pretty. It's good. I actually like the Last of Us one better. But anyway, guys, Jose, let's get started. News story number 1. Jose, Xbox news.
That should be the first story.
News story number 1. We all know what's going on. Microsoft.
Something happened?
Massive layoffs. Lion Phil Spencer, slimy Satya Nadella, sneaky Sarah Bond, Matt, kiss my booty. Aaron, what am I doing, Greenberg?
That's a good one.
They're all liars. Okay?
Yeah.
Multiple projects canceled. Everwild? Muffin Mon was excited for that one. Dead. Perfect Dark. Was that even a real gameplay demo?
Probably.
What was that? What was that? Does someone want to explain that one to me that we saw last summer? Dead. The Initiative. A homegrown studio.
Quadruple A.
Dead.
Dang.
Layoffs across Microsoft Gaming. I can't even list them all. Turn 10.
Don't forget
Dying.
Contraband.
I don't even want to get into it. You've heard all the rest of it. It keeps flowing today. More news, more layoffs. And the reason why I brought on the Muffin Mon is he had this direct quote on the Muffin Mon at bluesky.social.net, whatever. It's, I don't know what's going on over there. Kevin Ainsworth, one day ago. I have never felt less enthusiastic about making content around Xbox. And today reaffirms that feeling. Kevin, I know you've been going through it. I've been listening to your solo cast. First of all, congrats to you on still keeping it the solo cast. I know it's very difficult to do.
Yeah, we're trying.
Okay? You are always welcome here whenever you want to record with us. But besides that, let it all out, Kevin. Tell me what's going on. I heard you rant a little bit about Lion Phil Spencer. You see this guy? This guy's not so bad looking back. Okay, crying Jim Ryan. It's kind of like it's kind of like George H. It's shining like George Bush as president. Man, I would die to have him back, right, guys? I'd die to have crying Jim Ryan back. All right.
I wouldn't.
Okay. Crying Jim Ryan, come on back. Come run Xbox for us.
He's not George H. Bush.
Sorry, George H. Sorry, I get confused. You know what I mean.
Yeah, of course.
Not
The old-
Come on, and come on, let's be real, guys. When he threw that first pitch,
take
the
that,
Yankees game after 9/11, that was a smoker right down the middle strike. Killed it.
Okay.
And watch me nail this drive. God, I miss him. Anyway, Kevin, let it out, man. Tell me why you feel this way about Xbox. What is going through your mind? Update us with Project X Talk. Let it out, brother.
So I want to make this very clear from the start. I don't care that Xbox is going third party. I don't care that they're putting their games everywhere, that they have seemingly given up the console space. However, my lack of excitement to talk about Xbox these days does kind of correlate with the fact that I feel like there's no identity around the brand and kind of moving me towards I've played on my PC exclusively all week, guys.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here, I'm looking at prices of graphics cards, of CPU. I don't even know what I'm looking at, all right? I just know that it's expensive. And I was like, I'm sitting here, how can I possibly afford these things? But that is a big part of why I'm like, I'm not going to get the next Xbox console. There's no reason. I wish I could be as excited as everyone else about the current state of Xbox that I see online. All right. I listen to our peers talking about it on their shows. I see posts like, oh man, I can't wait for Steam to come to Xbox. I'm like, that's a PC. Like you have a PC already. I don't get the excitement around Steam and other platforms coming to Xbox. Never mind, no one has explained to me how the financials of that work, and I've been calling that out for months. I constantly still waiting for someone to tell me. No one can tell me how that makes any financial sense.
Similar arguments made by Colin Moriarty at Last Stand Media. Tweets been going crazy over there.
Yeah.
Same thing. Someone explain to me how this makes
Twitter.
financial sense. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got off Twitter a while ago, which is probably good for my mental health. But I guess we're in the same camp there. So I'm like, okay, what's the point of me buying $1,000 console, which it's gonna have to be, when I could just invest in a PC? So that's kind of where my Xbox like lack of enthusiasm is really stemming from at the moment. It's nothing to do with the games or Game Pass, which is doing pretty well, like knocking out the park this year. But then like yesterday happens, right? And I'm just like, why? How can anyone get on a podcast? And there were people on social media, and I'm sure they have some sort of outlet, getting on and saying, "Oh, this is good for the future of Xbox. All these layoffs are good for the brand. You know, these games have been in development too long. It's time to cut them loose. All right. We can't have these games just developing and going nowhere, which I kind of understand what you're saying. Not the time to say it. Not the way to say it either. We need to be a lot more tact. You're laying off thousands of people. People's livelihoods are being affected. I think the statements, while for stockholders, right?
Lion Phil Spencer.
Yeah, and Matt Booty. First of all, Matt Booty, you are the definition of failing upward. Like, let's just throw that out. Like, I don't know why you got promoted when you did. Sarah Bond, completely understand why she got promoted. Matt Booty, absolutely no idea how you have found yourself in the position you do currently, because you led Xbox through absolutely nothing. You have produced absolutely nothing, and then you got promoted, and now, stock. Yes, if we want to look at stocks, they're doing great. That's what happens when you lay off a bunch of people and then replace it with a bunch of AI to keep costs down. So, I'm a little discouraged and upset about the PR statements that were put out. Not that I think I don't understand where they're coming from, just the fact that can we swear on this show?
We've started to.
Jose, get that. But
it's some BS. I'll absolute BS statements.
Arlo, earmuffs first for a second.
Yeah, because nobody wants to hear that, Phil. Nobody wants to hear how we're doing the best we've ever done. Our roadmap looks so good, which I would argue, I don't know how good it looks now that you've canceled a bunch of stuff and laid off a bunch of stuff. I would bring that into dispute, but who does that help? It doesn't help the people that are packing up their desks as they're reading your memo. I'm really happy that Xbox's future is secure. I'm going to go home and try to figure out how to stay in my house.
It's for the shareholders.
I understand that. I understand that. It's just
you're not the problem
situation.
though, Bacon.
Yeah.
I don't mean it like that.
Okay. Hold on. Let's get I want to hear everybody else's quick initial reactions to the layoffs. And before I throw it over to Bubble Boy, Freight Conductor said it's a crap sandwich that someone was forced to serve. I had to be the guy that puts on a smile and repeat the party line, all while feeling dead inside. Shout out to FR8 Conductor, as Joe would call him. Bubble Boy, just quick reactions, and I have some specific questions for each of you. Bubble Boy, what was your initial reaction when you saw all of these layoffs take place and specifically these canceled games?
Yeah, it's sad. My first thought, it has nothing to do with the games. It's about all those people whose livelihoods just got ripped out from under their feet. I work in a profession in education where my job is extremely secure. So I don't have any sort of cloud hanging over my head of I might lose my job come this September or something. Even with political things the way they are right now in the Department of Education in our country, I don't have that. So I absolutely empathize with all those people who lost their jobs. And like Kevin said, I agree completely that there could have been two different messages. It was a long message, and he had to have known, even if it was internal, that it was going to get out. Don't talk about all the future and how bright it is when all these people's futures, literally, not that their lives are over or anything, but their livelihoods just took a big left turn. That's not the right timing. It just isn't. And I absolutely didn't mean anything by Bacon, it's not your fault or anything. But it is. That's why he said that, was so that they could keep printing money the way they are and getting shareholders to not panic about stuff like that. So it sucks. It's never a good thing. As far as the games go,
I kind of get it with Everwild, right? We really never saw that. Let's be honest, guys.
Right. Yeah.
Then why did Phil Spencer say
yes, the
February?
Quote. I know. Same thing with Perfect Dark.
I'm really excited about how
because he's a liar, Kevin. That's why.
I'm like, okay, whatever.
You're
sorry,
dead inside.
Honestly.
Okay, before I throw it over to Jose, I know Phil Spencer isn't my friend. I know that we have a product for you, Doug Bowser isn't my friend. Hiroki Totoki and Harry Herman Holst, they're not my friends either. giggling Gabe Newell with all of his money at Steam. I know these guys are not our friends. But that still doesn't mean this doesn't sting a little, right, Jose? This whole situation, especially us, a small little enthusiast podcast with Xbox in our title. I think we're allowed to be a little upset today, Jose. So, Mr. Positivity, Jose, let's hear what you have to say about the situation. Just your initial thoughts before I throw it over to Badbit and Bacon.
I mean, my initial thoughts were this sucks. Like the second it was only a couple hours prior, we got the rumors through all of our, I want to say our contacts, but literally our friends in Discord. Shout out to everybody there. They're like, rumors 9,000. And I was, like that 9,000 is a big ass number, right? Not that 10 doesn't make this worse or less worse, I should say, but that's a huge number. And Chance is right. I agree with him in that, like, dude, what sucks is the people, man. And maybe they knew it was coming to some degree, when I'm sure the acquisition stuff was still going through with ZeniMax, like the King lost 10% of the people. A lot of that was, I'm sure, still redundancies, right? From like absorbing different groups. Like that doesn't feel good. And maybe they were ready, but still like that's crappy news. And also like, I think maybe it's stupid, but like it's a couple days before the 4th of July. Like it's a big vacation season for literally every industry, at least in the United States. And that, man, what a way to spoil your weekend. That was the first thing I thought of, if I'm being super honest. On the back end, and this is where I'm going to agree more with Bacon. We were talking offline about this, that like, this is not Phil's decision. And you can blame
Wait. Let's get the chat in here. Nessa Howard, I bet if Phil was in charge again, he would let these go, but the ABK deal changed all that. Luke's Xbox expansion master out to Luke said these don't feel like Phil choices. Freight conductor, Phil loved that the MMO got canceled, and sorry. So yeah, basically, we were saying Phil Spencer is just appeasing Satya and the vision of Microsoft.
But it's not appeasing is not the right word. Like what Bacon and I were talking about, and full disclosure, and again for Kevin and for Joe, like I'm in literally 3 days, I have to start my new job as a high school principal, which means that at some point I'm going to have to fire someone. Not this year, right? Hopefully never. But that is a role that is in my job at some point, that like, if you're not doing what you're supposed to, or if you're not taking care of kids, because that is my job to protect kids, I'm going to fire you. Like, that's my job. And it doesn't feel good, and it could take away someone's livelihood. And like, they know me, like they see, it's to my face. It's not like I'm the head of a company that's sending out a letter to 1,000 employees. Like, these people know me and my family, and we've worked together probably for a long time. And that sucks. It's one of the worst feelings in your career. And so I don't want to say that I feel bad for Phil. Like, Phil's fine. Phil has a golden parachute, like Dan likes to say. Phil's going to be fine tomorrow. In a week, they'll probably do something really cool.
Phil was playing Indiana Jones as the layoffs were going off, you guys.
I didn't say that. But, I what I sympathize with is that this is unfortunate reality of any field that we are in. You know what I'm saying? And not just education, not just business, but like, it's just what I'm kind of frustrated about, honestly, and I'll pass it on because I'm talking a long time. Why does this keep happening in like spurts? Like, I kind of wish they'd be like, can we just get them all out there? Like, let's do a real bad news cycle. Let's get it all out there. Get people
right. End of fiscal. Yep.
But that's exactly right. Like, you can clearly see the business side of this. And we've said forever, like, Phil is not your friend. I like Phil. I think Phil is a good dude. I think he's a true gamer. That's why he speaks to me. But Phil is not my friend. Like, he when he has the chance to retire, he'll do that, and he'll go play games forever while he makes 7 figures. You know what I'm saying? And someone else will take that space. It just sucks that like the people that worked really hard never even got to show their art, right? Like, that's the other part that's frustrating. Like the Everwild team, like the Perfect Dark team. Dan was ranting before the show about like, what was that gameplay? Is that real gameplay? Yes, it was real gameplay. And I'm sure those teams were pumped. They were probably pumped to hear all of us pumped last summer when we saw that trailer, and to just have that cut out from under them, that sucks, man. So my heart goes out to everyone out there, and I don't know what it's going to take to fix this.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping at least the fiscal quarter moving past, maybe we'll have some upward trends again. We'll see.
Kevin, do you have anything else you want to add?
Well, I was going to say, I think one of Jose's talking about how he's starting his new job and he's going to have to fire people if they're not doing what they should be. But even in the statements they put out, they're like, this isn't a reflection of the talent of your creative. Like, these decisions seem very much, hey, we need to fire you so we can boost our profit margins because we have less employees, means revenue, we get more profit. And then Jez Corden just put out there investing like 80 whatever million in AI, and from rumors we're hearing that's going to take a lot of people's jobs that have been laid off. So it's like, this doesn't seem like it was a case of, hey, these people are sucky at their job, let's get rid of them. It's more, we need to make more money. We're Microsoft. It's that constant capitalism growth, which again, I understand. It's a business, but it's garbage.
That's what Wang Shen Wim said. But why is it always the lower workers that are just doing what they're told, doing their jobs, and lose their jobs? Where is the accountability from the higher ups? Matt Booty, who's making millions. Bacon, you and I are not seeing eye to eye on this. You already know. You see this controller here, guys? See this Xbox controller?
You gotta throw it.
Get it out of here.
Oh,
This is the new
stop it.
preferred controller.
Oh, this guy. Oh my God.
I've been using this for
That's
weeks
full
now.
Because you had to.
I'm transferring over symmetrical sticks. Still uncomfortable, but I'll deal with it.
The answer.
Idiot.
Bad choice.
Gary.
So, Bacon,
Yes.
let's hear your thoughts on the layoffs quickly, and then Joe is going to keep us honest and close us off
Gotta
here.
go quickly, huh? I'm quickly. Everyone else gets.
You
a little-
just share your
Your
thoughts,
time,
Bacon.
You take
So I'm gonna aim this arrow at another place. I want to be really angry at a guy named Fred who runs IBM, who just laid off 8,000 people today as well.
Let's
I'm
do
really
it.
mad at that guy. He lied to us. And then also the 108 at the Santa Clara HQ for Intel that just got laid off. It is an industry tech problem. And the fact that you're coming after Phil because Phil probably was playing Everwild and enjoying it, and you're calling him a straight up liar, Dan, you don't know what Phil has been playing and what he's been lying. The people that lied to us are the initiative. Be mad at them all you want. I don't ever want to hear from those guys again. They've done nothing.
Who greenlit the
The
initiative?
initiative has done nothing. Okay.
Satya.
And
So it's-
Satya.
Lion
He owns
Phil
the-
Spencer.
the only
company,
reason why
bud.
we're angry and passionate right now is because we're in video games. If these layoffs and say Microsoft was never in gaming right now, Dan, you're like, oh, Microsoft just makes Windows and someone else had all these developers. Would you be this angry about 9,000 layoffs? Okay, so this is why you're outraged. But Walmart just laid off 500 people and they're at HQ. AI is a problem. AI is going to continue to be a problem. But the fact that you're coming after Phil, who saved the Xbox brand and is the only reason why we're even playing games on a green box right now, and you're attacking him because he had to put on a smiley face, the same thing I'm having to do in my job right now when I know stuff that's coming that I can't tell the line level guys that is coming, and I know it's going to affect every single one of them. I'm supposed to just sour their mood right before the 4th of July. I don't understand why you're so mad at Phil. You think Phil made these decisions? Or do you think Satya and Amy Hood are like, hey, well, we need to get some share prices up? And my stock has never been higher in Microsoft.
Nissa Howard, thank you, Bacon. This is what I've been yelling about on Blue
pissed.
Sky.
I am pissed that games are canceled. Don't get me wrong. I'm not mad at the initiative. We
Yeah.
haven't heard from them.
Exactly. That's
like
my
a
problem,
think
Bacon.
tank.
It's
That's
not
their only
direct.
thing.
It's
But
not
also,
directly Phil.
you
It's
said
the
one
management
Phil and-
allowing this to
Okay.
happen for
I
years.
get it. Contraband's gone also. I was excited about Contraband.
Is it really?
I'm pretty sure Kojima's game is canceled also.
Oh.
That's the rumor.
Right. So I just want. I don't know why you're aiming all your arrows at the guy who has to take all the
Exactly.
arrows.
This is exactly why we know there was no fan. Yeah, exactly, dude.
Like layoffs.
There's never gonna be one
absolutely
again.
suck. Layoffs absolutely suck. There's nothing about it. They got a nice package. When I get fired from my job, I ain't gonna get half this stuff. I ain't gonna get medical for 6 months. I ain't gonna get
I
paid for
won't
6
either.
months.
No.
I'm literally just gonna be on the street. So
And-
again, don't get me wrong. I'm not justifying layoffs, but it's everywhere, guys. Our GDP has shrunk in the last 3 months.
Oh, now
We
I
lost-
heard.
We lost
I was watching this
My
Sorry,
eggs are
in
cheap, Bacon, and my gas is at the lowest prices ever. I'm
I
living life.
definitely
right
didn't
now,
pay
okay?
$1.98 a gallon when I filled up 2 days ago.
They
so.
pay me to take eggs.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I love video games. I wanted to see all these video games. I wanted to see,
And
the
we can
fact
be
that
disappointed
Perfect Dark-
about this, Bacon.
Fact, I know, but you're aiming it directly at Phil. That's
Where
what
does
I'm
the
aiming
where
at.
does the
let me-
where does the accountability stop though? That's my
You
point.
think Phil
I
is
gotta-
overseeing every line level developer?
Yes!
He's in testing every game.
I gotta
every
jump
new
in
build
here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
please
I mean,
jump
he
in.
did. He
Why?
did say
Because-
that they had to pry him away from the
They very well
ESO
could've.
beta. That
Yeah.
There might have been no
Project that
way
they
to
were working on.
monetize
So-
that. We don't know why they stopped that game.
Then
and
why do you
Jose-
greenlight? Like this is a Concord thing too. Like it goes back. Like we are seeing these insane decisions continue to happen over and over. Bubble Boy, real good.
Get in there,
Or real
Bubble,
quick
before
before
we
we
give
give
it
it
over
up
to
to
Mr.
Bad Bit.
Because this is what Jose was trying to say too. When you take a job like that, like Phil's job, that's what you're signing up for. You are
Oh, yeah.
signing up to be
And,
the face of
and
that.
chance
You
and
were
chance
good at
and
it.
chance we
Head
talked
coach.
about that in our Discord, which you don't participate in.
I
We were
can't.
saying we were saying we don't envy any of these CEOs or any of these guys who are up this
No,
stuff. I
that's
can't imagine going to
why-
bed knowing I'm going to affect these people's lives like
He
that.
may
Absolutely.
have had absolutely nothing to do with it. It may have been solely his choice. Either, and not, I'm not saying it doesn't matter. I'm saying it doesn't matter for this argument because that's what his job is. His job is to be the face of this. And even though he's the
Yes.
boss, right? And
Yes.
and Jose
That's-
will be the first to attest to this. Even though Jose's in charge now, there's still people how many bosses do you have, Jose? I can think of 3 probably. There's going to be your area superintendent, their boss, and then the
Our whole
superintendent,
cabinet,
right? As
So-
well as- exactly. So
School board.
I can see where both of you guys are coming from.
Let's hear it,
Okay.
Joe. Hey,
Truly.
wait. Have we been keeping it a buck?
I mean,
Hold on
I
to your
need it.
butts.
All the tallies and all the
Listen, let me
Yeah,
let me see
how
the
are the
notes.
notes
algorithm
looking?
I'm running in the back. The thing is, I can see where both of you guys are coming from, right? First, Phil is just a man. You're right. These layoffs don't make sense. Just right off the rip, this is definitely one of those things of, yeah, part of it being another round of layoffs at another section of this company. Hopefully, they're done with the autopsy. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But like you're seeing them at King, where when they were fighting for this win, this legal win, they're like, we need them so bad, and 10% of that doesn't make any sense. You're seeing layoffs at Raven Studios, who make Call of Duty, and it seems like they're laying them off because their game is probably not for the foreseeable future. So they're like, okay, well, may have a smaller team. And, you're seeing Everwild, which get canceled, which, look, on the rip, we always see games that either never come out or come out like 10 plus years afterwards. I'm looking at you, Shenmue 3, and never look up to the promise, right? So I get that. If it was just like, hey, Everwild's canceled, all right, that understandable. But still, we that project was in there for 10 plus years. Then you have the initiative being closed down and Crystal D's layoffs because of it over there. With was it Perfect Dark being canceled? Which that is one of the ex-developers came out. They said that was a build. It was very, hung up by glue and tape. 1 sec. Sorry, apologies. Fact checkers.
Don't worry, I'll
in the
be on
back.
my. Yeah, I'll be
fact
on my.
checkers
you
in
never
the
know what
back,
she's doing up there.
they're like, are they lying? I'm like off the charts. So yeah, no, the layoffs are everywhere and it doesn't make sense. And it seems like part of it is like the mistakes of trying to correct the course from strategies 2 or 3 strategies ago, right? The initiative trying to build up their own big AAA, quadruple A development studio to try to, get talent from that area. You're seeing the things with Rare trying to get them off of Sea of Thieves and onto something else. Now they're just the Sea of Thieves company. I think the criticisms of they've been all over the place, and these have been, let's be honest, bad bets for them, and them trying to convince everybody that they haven't been. When even in that memo, they're like, hey, we're trying to correct the course of tough decisions we made prior. It's like, Jesus Christ, man. So like part of it is like, no, the leadership has failed you. Like all of them have. They have all failed you, and at the same time, they're not our friend. They don't they don't earn the automatic defense of like, look at what Phil's done for this company. Phil has made a lot of calls, but it's the work of those thousands of people that are laid off that got them there. Phil is just one man in a machine of 1,000. And those people, all they got was a thank you and a pat on the back. Where, we talk about, the compensation package. Look at how many people have been laid off in this field already this year. It is already flooded with talent. And also for people that want to break into the industry, it's harder than ever because it's so desperate out there that people with senior level positions are taking beginner jobs or mid-level jobs. Like, it's completely and so when we take a look at what has happened here, it's like, yeah, they got a compensation package, but that's still someone having to walk up to their family and going, hey, I don't know where dinner's going to be in 6 months. Right. That's still someone who, like, I have someone in my household. Luckily, they're on my brother's insurance that, they're able to go get a literal life-saving medicine each and every month. That could be someone there as well. This isn't just affecting 9,000 people. This is affecting them and their families and their friends and everyone around them. Right. And I understand the math. I could still be upset at the math. And I could still be upset at the leadership because, yeah, Phil probably got this order from his boss. Hey, we gotta make some cuts, right? I mean, even just seeing them go third party, now you can kind of understand that they are in a desperate need because they've grown so rapidly in the last 10 years that, you need to shut up or put up. This is what we want from these games. This is what we're expecting from this game. So it's just a whole title and tonal shift. And what sucks about it, and this is the problem with their leadership, is they don't shut the up. They are too always talking about, there's like the next thing around the corner. And like, again, like we there's already people pulling up quotes of how excited he was after Everwild, or how excited he was after Perfect Dark. Or again, like you couldn't take the controller away from him when playing Project Blackbird. Those things are done.
I just want to say real quick, like Joe and Maddie were talking about this today when I was listening. They called it the Uncle Phil. He's being the nice uncle. Microsoft, Xbox should be the nice uncle. We can't have that anymore. Keep going, Joe.
No, it's done. So while we can make all the yes, it's definitely leadership at the top. All the middle managers and those C-suites are to blame. They're still to blame. And so the Bucks, a good leader takes the responsibility. The buck stops with them. It's Phil's fault. He's a good leader. If we think he is, he's going to take the blame for this. Okay. So, yeah, again, it sucks for everyone involved.
Yes,
and I bet Phil,
including them.
I bet Phil feels
walking
terrible.
in.
Yeah,
just saying.
Fine, but guess what, dude? He gets a fucking. He doesn't get to drive ever. Like, he has a chauffeur. He is so. Fine.
Yeah, I'm trying to say he might feel bad, but that's not the point that we're trying to make. And Joe, you're gonna love this because you're making the point that Xbox leadership has not been held accountable. That's been the case for almost a decade at this point, right? That they've been failure after failure of not being held accountable. As I mentioned, Matt Booty getting promotions for doing nothing. Right. All right,
you can kiss my booty.
You go and look at PlayStation. Herman Hulst, right? Hey, we're gonna be co-CEOs, right?
Well, Herman kind of the same as a booty.
But he got demoted. There was repercussions when the biggest gaming flop ever came out, right? He was in charge of first party. He was involved in green lighting Concord and saying, hey, Jim, we should buy these guys. Like, he was most likely in on those discussions, right? There was something that happened there. He's no longer co-CEO. So, like, I can't say it's the same when I look at other companies. When Nintendo, during the Wii U, right, they took pay cuts at their leadership instead of laying people off. So I just want the same accountability for Xbox.
And to keep that same energy as the PlayStation guy, remember they threw a party for Jim Ryan's retirement with his face on the cookies, and then like a day later,
the Jimbo bobblehead collectible PlayStation. Right. I'm so mad I missed out on that.
Yeah, that guy could eat from the back. I hate that sound.
all right.
As opposed to the front.
Real quick, how do you do that from the front?
When did we see Everwild? Was it 2017?
Dude, that was
No,
Okay.
2019. I think.
18,
Okay.
19.
18. It might have been 18.
I'm not
actually.
Everwild again. Makes
But again,
sense.
even like to pull
Yes.
the blame on like solely, okay, like the game
November
isn't coming together.
2019.
Like, don't fucking. I'm sorry. Don't show it off.
Mhm.
A little late.
Yeah.
Don't show it off. Don't show it off. Don't show it off.
And that's
you
what- and
showed
that's-
Perfect Dark last
Exactly, Perfect
year.
Dark. Like that makes me. You guys, Perfect Dark and the Initiative. These are big failures.
I'm mad
These.
too.
This is not Concord, but this is pretty bad.
Yes,
This is a homegrown studio.
No, it's
But Dan-
Complete failure.
But what you're ignoring about that is you're assuming that Phil knew a year ago that they were going to shutter the Perfect Dark studio.
That's not the point.
No,
They've
no,
been
but hang
working on it since 2019.
You're right, but I'm saying here's the alternative side to this. And I'm also mad about Perfect Dark. I was really excited to play Perfect Dark. I really
Me too.
was, right? The other side of the story is that could have been a trade, right? There are other projects and
Jose,
studios that
everybody here, who wants to guess when the Initiative was founded?
I don't care what it is.
2016.
2018, I already looked it up.
Yeah, was it
2018.
17?
They're a think tank. That's all they are.
It's been 7 years
That's all they are is a think
that
tank.
produced nothing.
Nothing.
Dude, I'm not disagreeing with you on that point. What I'm saying
And
is that-
where does
Lower
the
your
buck
voice. Lower your
stop?
voice, Daniel. Daniel, lower your voice.
what do you
Shut
mean?
up.
Where's the buck
Well, the
stop?
buck stops.
But no,
when
now
they
I
start
think
getting
Shut up,
close.
now
Listen,
you're
Jose.
you're supporting Bacon's argument. Like maybe they did need to go away. They were printing money for 7 years and didn't show anything. From
I
it.
think the point he's trying to make is management shouldn't have let it get to this point,
That's fair.
right?
Is that on duty?
You should step in at the 3-year mark and say, "Hey guys, this ain't
Yeah,
really
something
going.
Thank
this ain't
you,
going the
Kevin.
way that we thought it was
agree.
going to go." Yeah,
I agree
I
with you, Kevin.
agree.
But what about take like Joseph, our boy, our Lord and Savior Joe, with like with Starfield? Should they have stopped that at year 3, or should they have let him have the 6 years?
Starfield launched and was successful. Yes.
But my point is that if you're the money, if you're the brass, and you say, hey, should we have let Starfield out? And he's like, well, they're working on it. Well, how long have they been working on it? Well, they're working on it for 3 years. What do they have? Well, nothing yet, because they're working on it.
The
And they
counter
have
argument to
stuff in the
Starfield, Jose, is Xbox didn't acquire Bethesda until what, 2020? Starfield was already in production
Should they
beforehand.
have stopped
And
it then?
Bethesda has a track record where the initiative has no track record.
exactly.
Okay.
What
I'm
I'm
not
saying
going to
is-
argue that point.
In hindsight, it's so easy to see this, right? In hindsight, it's so easy to say, like, yeah, we should have cut that in year 3. That's not as easy to do in real time, man. Right? And here's the other piece of this. I just want to say this. Shout out to Gentlestone. Great to see you, buddy. This is the other piece of this that, like, I know we're passionate because we're gamers, right? But this is really the bigger story. He said, against the backdrop of millions about to lose a lot more than just
Yeah.
their job at Xbox Studios. That's the scary part here, because the reality of this is a result of a recession. This is not an Xbox issue. This is not an Everwild issue, right? Like, this is a clear sign that our country is not doing well economically, and like it's going to get way worse before it gets better.
Yeah. I want to bring up Luke's quote because this is great. And this is Bacon said something to me in the
Gosh, we
chat.
took our country back. What are you talking about? We're on the
We're in
track.
great
Bacon
shape.
was like,
back.
"Are you
Kevin's
not a
getting free
fan?
eggs.
Are you not a fan of Xbox?" And I said, "I'm a fan of video game." Luke says it best. Somewhere along the way, I stopped being an Xbox fan. I'm a Halo, Doom, and Gears fan. That's what it comes down to. We're
And
a
a
fan of
Finals fan.
video games.
Finals fan. Nice.
No, he's not a Finals fan. He's a
I
Florida
mean,
fan.
rivals. I'm going to say rivals, not finals.
Go ahead, Kevin. I have one more question
I'm a fan
before,
of his mother.
to close off this argument,
Yeah,
Kevin.
yeah.
But go ahead.
No, I was gonna kind of bring up something else that's bothering me because
Bring
kinda
it up.
All right. Well, it leads to what Luke's saying. I'm also a fan of those properties. I'm glad you are, because from the statements I've been hearing, it sounds like we're not going to get many creative endeavors going forward. They're doubling down on those IPs, those successful ones. So for me, I'm looking. I mentioned the roadmap for Xbox. They canceled a bunch of things I was looking forward to. Fable, obviously, but like in terms of games coming out, in terms of what they're going to invest in, I no longer believe that they're like, oh, hey, South of Midnight, like let's greenlight another project like that. Hellblade 3, yeah, in your dreams, right? Now it's going to be Call of Duty. We got to get Halo up and get a factory running to make that like Call of Duty. Elder Scrolls, we got to fast track that. Fallout, we got to fast track. Like the big AAA IPs is what they're going to focus on now.
More pentiments.
Yeah, no more Pentiments for sure. They don't need another 100,000 seller game, right? Like
Bleeding Edge.
again, I forgot that was a game.
Hellblade.
So
Exactly.
like those things are probably going away. And I understand from a business standpoint why they would do that, but I'm looking at it and say, well, those games, unless you commit a bunch of resources like Call of Duty does, yes, Joe, then you lose this cadence that we've got on Game Pass, right? Like these smaller games are what's filling in the Game Pass month to month, quarter to quarter. And without those, you take a South of Midnight out, you take a Avowed, which was a bigger game, but still a smaller game in terms of AAA quality, right? Like you take those out because those don't drive the revenue, they don't drive the people, and only focus on that. How many games per year are you looking at from Xbox first party to drive into your subscription service?
It's because it's no longer about the subscription service, boys.
Yeah. I've been
It's
saying
about
that for a
making
while.
the forever game. It's about improving. It's
Putting their play anywhere, put their games anywhere.
It's not just play anywhere. It's about AI and how we can put it in those workplaces and how it can learn from them.
Probably
Look at
like
the next email that they talked about that they sent out to folks. It was like, join us at Gamescom and we could talk about generative AI and how it's. Yeah, all right.
Go ahead, Bubba.
One of the other last thing I'll say that I think is going to segue into something I would like to talk about later is the problem. One of the biggest problems that I have with some of this is that there are companies doing it the right way out there. And you look at IO Interactive. One of the quotes from that article that we have there is the guy. Oh my God, why can't I think of his name? Where is it? The Hakan Abrak, who's the CEO of IO Interactive. He's saying how much money it costs to make Hitman 1 versus 2 and 3. And he was like, you can do this at the right level. And Hitman 3 was the cheapest game we made, but it was the best selling game we made because we did it. His quote was, I was the executive producer and I swore never to do more new toilets. They're doing it smart. They're doing it the right way. They're saving money while making better games. That can be done.
Yeah,
that roadmap is already out there.
Yeah, and Chance, Xbox has studios that are an example of this. Obsidian, they make games and they launch games and they're great games. They're doing something right. Playground Games consistently has made fantastic games. One of the few shining stars of Xbox game studios. Okay, you could also say, I mean, for the most part, what's Gears Studio? Why am I not?
Coalition.
Solid products. Okay, maybe not the best selling or the most critically, but they've all been good. They have examples of successful studios right now in their family of developers. So,
but I'm saying you
focus
can be
more
successful.
on that.
You can be successful in the way that gamers want, which is something like Expedition 33. Actually, that one's probably a bad example because that's successful all around. Successful in something like Fortnite that makes buckets and buckets of money, or you could be successful like Gears of War that the players really love and meets critical acclaim. IO is showing you how to do that. They're saying this is how you can do it, and I'm sure AI is going to play a huge part of that, Joe, eventually, because they're reusing toilets. They're not remaking toilets and things over and over again. It doesn't have to be those two ideals don't have to be conflicting. It doesn't be, okay, we can either make a game that is good or we can make a game that makes money. They should be mutually inclusive.
I just think Xbox needs more Obsidians, more Playground Games. We need more Insomniacs, even though Insomniac is getting a little out of control with Wolverine. But they need.
And when was that announced?
They need that. That's guys. Insomniac has literally been carrying PlayStation with their first-party games. Anyway, all I'm trying to say is that those studios need to be praised and studied.
Only 2021, but that's what I'm saying. I wonder. So you're worried about it. Why is Insomniac and this Wolverine game not doing what IO did and taking things from Spider-Man?
They probably are. I guarantee they are.
I hope they are.
We don't know.
They definitely are.
Then why is it taking
unless it's
so
in
long?
New York? Then they could just reuse.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Wolverine, and we haven't seen anything officially from it, so I can't really.
I've seen plenty of Wolverine.
Well, budget's already over 450 million.
Official. Okay, we'll get to PlayStation in a sec here, Bacon. Closing question I want to pose to you guys, specifically Kevin. Kevin, we heard Sarah Bond come out and talk about this partnership with AMD. We are committed to the next generation of consoles. I've been saying I don't believe her. We don't know if we're going to get an OEM console from Microsoft. After everything you've been hearing, after all the lies, do you still have faith in Xbox delivering one more official console from Microsoft?
I think you get one more from Microsoft themselves, from
Or-
Xbox.
I see Joe's nodding his head saying no. Or are we going to see Xboxes from Lenovo and Asus?
Oh, we're
and-
going to see that for sure. Yeah. I think Xbox will have one more as a transitionary thing, but at the same time, they're gonna be like, hey, if you don't want our box, you got the Asus ROG Xbox, you got the Legion, whatever they want to call it, right? Like, you're going to start seeing those types of things pop up, whether they have the same specs or not. I don't know. This goes back to my whole why I can't be excited or care for the next Xbox, because it's just a piece. It's a PC, and I have a PC. I can upgrade my PC. I don't need to go buy a box. So, like, the only reason I still have my Series X is because not every game is Play Anywhere. Like, I have a good amount of digital games on that console. Yeah. As soon as they're like, hey, you can cloud stream every game, or hey,
we've made a
some
PC app.
Yeah, we've
version
made
of it.
some OS that you can play your games, whatever. Then I'm like, oh, let's see how much I can get for this on Facebook Marketplace. Like, that is literally what will happen to my Xbox, because I don't see a reason. So yeah, I'm fully on we're going to have tons of Xboxes flooding the market. I don't think that's a winning strategy. I don't think most consumers will care about that.
Any other closing thoughts, boys, before we move on, Joe?
Yeah, real talk, guys. Whenever I hear this is the problem with Xbox. like honestly, it's like, do you think we're gonna get one more? It's like, that's how you know we're in a bad spot, guys. You know, it's like, think, hey, guys, like, real talk. When we're having conversations, you're like, you think we're gonna have another U.S. president? It's like, I think we're in a bad place. I think we might be in the bad place. It's so, like, when I hear that, I'm like, wow, that's bad shape. The one thing, that's not a fanboyism, but it's like, here at the PlayStation.
Joe, Eric wants to know, do you think there will be a PS7?
Nope.
Yes,
but we're not at the 7 yet. We know there's going to be a PS6. We don't have that
PS6.
question.
That's why he's asking if there's going to be a
Thinking
7.
13 years down the road.
Real talk. Yes. As long as 100%.
As long as they're the de facto Apple console, yes.
Why would they do that when they could put it on a streaming stick and plug it right into your TV?
Dude, that's
because not everybody wants to do that.
Okay, by then you don't think internet's gonna be way better.
That's the thing, right? It's like, guys, we don't have to worry about that. Like, they're gonna just keep making the boxes. PS5, I don't know why. Listen, as the guy that covers PlayStation, PS5 has been the least exciting generation I've ever played. Right? It's on track to sell maybe a little bit less than the PS4. It's selling great. Its games are selling great. Its storefronts bigger than it's ever has been. I was trying to say economy is going to be real rough for me, but it's like, it's doing good. Nintendo doing great. The only one that is struggling is Xbox. And so we have to get this out of our head of like, well, because Xbox have a bad time, PlayStation having bad time. No, Xbox is having the bad time. And it's because these constant changes of the strategy of where their head's at this day ends up not matching, and then they're always back to the drawing board. It's like, well, again, I said it on the trophy room this week. Jordan Midler said it best. I saw his Blue Sky post, so I give him credit. All you're seeing from Xbox now is the result of the failure of the Xbox One and them trying anything.
This is how you share games. Killed it. It was done at that moment.
Right. But like, it's been the constant trying to get back to the recovery point. And that's not a shame to the Xbox fans, because you guys have been an incredible patient bunch.
We've been loyal.
Patient.
I'm
Yeah.
loyal.
And again, it's not like PlayStation's any better, guys. Like they made Concord. Marathon is it's all a mess there too. It's just way messier here. This is a hoarder room, you know? So that's the problem that we're at here. It's literally a mistake that they made in 2012. Just like how we're living through the mistakes that we made in 2016. So it's just
Ooh, I like what you did there.
we're
That's a
in.
great
We're
way to tie it up
thank you.
there.
I like what you did there.
we're in this funk, and it hurts me to hear
Yeah.
Xbox folks going, you think there's even gonna be a next console? That's how enthused you got when a spokesperson, whoever badge they wear, comes out going, hey guys, we're still making them. It's like your favorite band from high school coming back going, hey guys,
Third Eye Blind, they're still touring strong.
We're
Still
still
selling out
touring.
Red Rocks. Love
we're
'em.
still touring.
They didn't sell out Red Rocks.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, it did.
Okay.
You
Bacon
know?
was there. Great
They
way
didn't
to-
outsell Taylor Swift in two back-to-back
Oh my
nights
god! Well,
like
Metallica.
Metallica did,
Bacon was at
so-
Metallica.
Cool.
Okay.
That's
Anyway,
what I'm
guys, great
saying.
discussion. Thank you so much, Joe. Way to title up there. Yeah, we are definitely paying for mistakes.
I thought he was talking about Jim Ryan in 2016, but I know
No,
We're
he's
both
talking
of
about
those.
America.
All these guys
Yes.
suck. They keep on making really bad decisions,
Yes.
and we're the ones that suffer for it. The
Well.
consumer and the people that are working there, most importantly, suffer from the dumb decisions of people looking at a graph that's never played a game, doesn't know why they're special, but just goes, business? Arrow point up? How do we get arrow point up? Fortnite. Generative AI? How do we make this into a word salad? That's where we're at. You're gonna find your innovation with Kepler. You're gonna find your innovation with Devolver. You're gonna find your innovation with studios. What is it? MHGD Cuphead devs. You know what I'm saying? MDHR. Jesus
MDH.
Christ, it's letters. I had 26 of them to pick, and I just
All right.
whipped
Still a
it.
couple out there.
It's those developers that are going to push the industry forward.
Sandfall.
Those, not the talking heads, not the platform holders. It's those indie developers.
Let's move on.
God bless
News-
America.
News story
He's had
number
a
2.
milkshake
We're going to do
delivered to
one
him.
more news story that I want to get into some write-ins that we had. And this is strictly for Bacon. News story
Joe
number
better
2.
be here.
Delicious.
A new dawn is upon us. Super Earth is expanding its operations and opening new enlistment centers. Xbox players, your opportunity to enlist is coming when Helldivers 2 deploys on Xbox Series X and S on August 26. Pre-order the standard edition today. Guys, I could have been playing this on Steam. I'm going to go buy it on Xbox right now and show my support. Just kidding. I'm not going to spend any more money on Xbox. Bacon, is this exciting news? Why is this a
This
big
is
deal?
exciting news. One, because they didn't farm this port out. This was Nixie's who made this port.
Really?
A first-party Sony studio made a port for a competing platform. I'm pretty sure Sony has seen how much money Microsoft's making and then laying people off on all their games being sold on PlayStation, but they've probably been working on this for a while. So I don't know. This is my tinfoil hat stuff. So we have Nixis, who I was told when they were acquired by the Pony Barn that they were being acquired to do an original IP and make a game, not port everything to PC and now Xbox.
Stop being on Twitter. Jesus Christ.
So, and I just want to point it out. Every time we do a Sony prediction before one of their state of plays, the one thing I say, Helldivers to Xbox, and you're all laughing at me and cuckooing me and, oh, Bacon, you're living in the clouds, bro. That shit ain't going to happen. Here it is. Bacon was right the whole time. And it makes sense because it's a multiplayer game. Xbox people buy microtransactions and they play multiplayer games. And Xbox fans, if you're out there listening to me right now, if you want to see any more Sony games, I'm looking at you in the camera. If you want to see any more games on your platform, you better buy Helldivers.
Somebody
Because
cried
they're going to
about
see this and they're going to go, well, let's try it with The Last of Us. It's a TV show. People love it. And then The Last of Us 2. Buy the game, people,
that. So this originally came out.
from Arrowhead themselves.
Oh, this is
This
a
wasn't
long,
an
I didn't
Xbox
realize how
announcement.
old this game is, you guys.
February.
February
February.
2024.
Yep.
Yeah, year and change.
So we're
It's
at.
not even 18 months like we get a PC. Holy shiz. This is
It's
big
literally
news,
going to be an
gentlemen.
18-month window, Bacon. It literally is 18 months. Kevin, are you excited about this? I'm guessing you probably already played this on your PlayStation 5, right?
That's right. I bought this game February 2024 and played it on my PlayStation 5. I was there with the Helldivers having a great old time. Me and Jam Pack Sam and I don't know who else was there. We were having a blast getting blown up. My rule right now, unless it's Play Anywhere on Xbox, I'm not buying anything on your console. So that's where I'm at. But no, I have no reason to double dip on this game. It's really, I think it's great. I'm happy for people that have been waiting for this game. Happy that it's crossplay, so people can jump in with their friends who already own it, show them the ropes. They've made a bunch of improvements and updates to this game that are awesome. Like, it's just, I think it's kind of run its course for me, so I can't really feel too excited.
Okay,
But
Kevin.
I need you to buy it on your Xbox.
Yeah, we're gonna need you to buy a second
Can't do
copy.
that, though.
Kevin, I know you have to leave soon here. Yeah,
Oh.
Joe's gonna show us he's got the platinum.
I'm here until my fiance texts me that she needs me to come get her. So I said, try to stretch it, honey. Let's go as long as possible. All
That's that Jose. He told her try to stretch it.
Oh, that's what she said.
Thank you.
Joe,
Yeah.
you wanted to talk about
What?
this specifically. What do you think about that? To me, it's like, okay, they've already said that they're not partnering with PlayStation on their next game. Thank you for the support. Kind of implying that whatever they're doing next is going to be everywhere. To me, this is just a fart in the wind. Go ahead, Joe.
Oh my God.
Oh wow. Well, first off, I'm disturbed by Matthew Kennedy in our group chat sending out a picture of me on my boat. I don't know how you got that
I'm
picture.
looking at that right now.
That said, gentlemen, try to keep your in your pants. Hands. Let me see them. Where are they? Come on. Let's go. This is a trophy
Dan.
tradition. Kevin's 2 hands deep.
right.
Here you go.
Sorry, I had to finish.
No, this is awesome news, dude. This is where it's going. This is where and here's the thing. Bacon, I get it because you'll see people post paragraph long posts
Nibs?
and I'm not gonna
Nibs?
say names.
Yeah.
And
you
they got
say nibs.
charts, they got figures, and this diatribe of expecting me to read all that. That's fucking cute. This is it. It doesn't matter about your feelings. It doesn't matter about where your console allegiance is. It doesn't matter. This is it. When they see the money and they go, hey, listen, we got this multiplayer game. It's done really great on PlayStation. It's done stellar on Steam. We think this audience will love this game as well. PlayStation folks, they won't get mad. They'll just write paragraph long posts of why this is okay because it's been 18 months. And so we'll just put it out here in August. A trade, a soul for a soul. We get gears.
Prisoner exchange. That's what Todd was saying. Prisoner exchange.
Bam, there you go. You know,
Can we have
walk
Death
30
Stranding 2
paces.
instead?
We're gonna get
That's
that
coming in a year.
5 years.
couple of years. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So like when people like, and here's the one thing I will
Wolverine.
agree with you, Bacon. Ready? You're gonna see very soon. You're gonna see those timed windows be actually named and just go, all right, it's a year. It's a year, and then eventually it will get smaller and smaller. And those multiplayer games, something we've been championing a lot on the trophy room, is put them out everywhere. I don't give a crap. Put them out everywhere because those games live and die by how many people are playing them at once. Well, this just
Encore
made
2,
sense. Let's go. We were there, Kev. We knew what type of controller's right up there, but I'm gonna get it in a sec. You know, this is where PlayStation's charting its path. And I would not be surprised you start seeing them also play with folks like Nintendo as well, more so. That you see both of them.
I mean, the
playing way
Japanese
more with
connection there
Nintendo.
just makes too much sense not to.
I just want to point out real quick. I give Joe a lot of crap. He and I go back and forth in Discord in fun and in jest, but I knew Joe would have a measured response to this. That's why I brought it up. He is an actual sane pony. He's not one of the crazy ponies. There are plenty of crazy ponies out there. Joe and I argue.
Dude, keep that
in
pristine,
fun
Joe.
What
and
is that?
jest, and I try to
Concord
get it.
controller.
I try to get it, Joe. He tries to get at me.
at
It's
the
fun. But
Look at the dust.
oh boy.
You see that?
Keep that in pristine condition. That's going to be worth millions someday, Joe. Jose, Chance, really quickly, are you guys going to jump in Helldivers or what do you? I mean,
Yeah,
we
if you
can't
switch it
we
to
can't get.
Wolverine or Death Stranding 2, yeah.
Okay, Chance, or I mean Jose. I mean Bubble Boy. We can't even get Bubble Boy to drop in Warzone with us. So Jose, any interest in the game?
I
Even
do
though you
want
could
to
have been
play
playing
because
it?
everybody loved it, but if I'm being super honest, this is the same thing I said about Arc Raiders, which again, I liked Arc Raiders. I had a great time playing Arc Raiders. And then after a couple of nights, we're like, let's go play Warzone or let's go play Finals. Like,
Wait.
I just think it's really hard I think it's really hard for an online thing to last a long time. Up front, sure, people love it, even huge numbers. Helldivers 2 had huge numbers on the front end, and then they kind of have tapered off. And that's kind of like Freight Conductor in the chat said the same thing. Like a lot of people want this to come
This
to
will bring
Xbox,
life
so there's
back
more-
into it for sure.
more
And
players.
the Helldivers team is fantastic at marketing. Their commercials are great. It reminds me of Starship Troopers. I mean, they do everything right.
They
I bust
stole
on the game
Starship
because it was a
Troopers.
Sony only product. I'm a console warrior, even though I don't own a console. Helldivers is great. If you're into PvE, Helldivers is great.
He was not saying this before. He's
I
like, I
don't
played
like
it and then he quit
PvE.
on it after a couple days.
I don't like PvE.
All right.
It's gonna be a fun time.
Last time I played Helldivers, I shot Joe, is what Luke said. Thanks.
You
for
can
that,
kill
Luke.
your own teammates. It's
Part of the
Yeah.
experience.
Game Positive says, when will Xbox port their controller over to PlayStation? You know what?
That needs
We
to
don't need
happen.
to. Eric, look
Third
at you
party
just
does
got
that.
look at you just got to embrace it, brother. I'm
No, you
using
don't.
these things. This is the new standard. Look
It
at
makes
this.
I get thumb cramps.
Symmetrical sticks.
My
You've got
left
the
thumb is
impulse
like-
trigger or the
all messed up
the impulse
now.
triggers, the haptics.
Yeah, I want to see that one, Joe. Let's bust that bad boy out.
Let's open
He's
this
got to
up.
do it
Let's-
in front of his own
So-
crew, not us.
Danny Diwali, he gifted this over this to
God
me.
dang it.
All right, look at this, beautiful.
Joe paid for it, but
You're
yeah.
not good for it, I assure you. Do you
Wow.
know-
A gifted. He said, thank you so much for everything you do. He goes, I'm not a patron. I don't help you out financially at all. That's fine. You don't have to. He goes, I actually root for your downfall. I was like, okay, that's great. But he's like, here's this gift. It's a Death
Did him
Stranding
a solid, you
controller.
guys, because he's banned from the PlayStation. They love me over at the PS Store. I can get whatever I want over there. Just
I
saying.
think I can too, actually.
Same.
That's why they
Let's
consider
see.
me a day walker. I cover PlayStation, but I'm banned from the store.
Exactly. Guys, can I, Kevin? What? Okay, go ahead, Bubble Boy.
No, while he's opening that, I was gonna say because Helldivers is from everything I've heard a great game. I'm being a little facetious about not playing it. I did put an article in our thing about Ghost Recon coming back, and that will probably be the next game that I play multiplayer if it is more like
Let's
Ghost
save it.
Recon
Let's save it for the
Wildlands.
next show.
Oh,
It's not
We're
break.
gonna save these for the next show. Jeff.
okay.
All right. Kevin, can I do a new segment sponsored by Built Protein Bars right now for you? Do you mind if we do that?
Yeah, it's your show. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Guys, this
Joe.
exactly. They sent him the sponsorship as well. Jose, we're gonna do a new shout out from FR8 conductor.
Who's that?
Jose?
Which-
You
Nobody told me.
choose me?
That I got it for him.
Freight conductor, yes.
Isn't that great?
Perfect. Shout out to Freight Conductor. Is that the new drop? Is that
Do
really
we need to hear it again? Yeah, real quick.
You choose me?
If you guys don't know, you young Gen Zers out there, that's Ralph Wiggum.
Ralph Wiggum.
He had a Valentine's Day, the only Valentine card that he got from Lisa Simpson, and it was a train, and it said, I choose you. Happy Valentine's
But
Day.
she did not choose him.
No, she went and dropped it in.
Very good
After
meme.
she
Go look it
signed
up.
or
It's a great card. Freight Conductor asks us, I'm really curious to see what the gaming market looks like in the next couple of years now that the gold rush is over and the market has matured. Do we see big companies pull back due to overall investment required for the big hits? I feel like PC, at least there have been a ton of indie and AA success stories. Do we see this trend on console as they move closer to PCs and the barrier of entry is lessened? Kevin, do you want to take a shot at what Freight Conductor just asked right there?
Yeah, and I this
You kind of already said it.
He
I
looks
gotta-
like he has to go.
Yeah, I
Oh.
gotta pop out after this, but I will answer the question. We're gonna see a lot less creativity in the field.
There we
Because
go.
People are only going to invest in the big IPs, and that's what we're gonna see from the big. You'll see move to the AA and indie space. That's where all the good games are, people.
Kevin, before you leave, Joe, we'll get your controller in a second. Let me just ask Kevin before he leaves. Give us an update on Project X Talk. Do you have any updates for us? Where can people find you? What's going through your mind right now? Do you feel like you've gotten a little bit of therapy with us tonight?
It's
I need you
cathartic.
to talk.
Yes, it was
You just-
cathartic to be here with you fine folks and yell about Xbox for a little bit and get some things out. No, Project X Talk right now is audio only for patrons and on our audio feed. I'll be doing a solo show for the moment. We're working on some things. Save the Game Media has lost the majority of its staff due to some personal things going on between everyone all at once. It seems unfortunate timing, but we're gonna adapt. We're gonna figure out what's next for Save the Game Media over there. So stay tuned to our socials to see what's going on with that. But yeah, you can follow me at the Muffin Mon at Save the Game Media, Blue Sky. I will. I'll chat games to you.
Well, I'm very happy that we finally got you on the show, Kevin. It has been a long time coming because you've been recording this usually the same time as us. So I'm glad you finally made it. And please keep us updated because I don't know. I might be leaving the Nerd Chat. They might need a new Xbox
Start a PlayStation
host.
podcast.
So
Also,
I mean,
Kevin, I'd like to
Exactly.
apologize. I'd like to apologize to Kevin, the Muffin Man himself. I created a little gag, you know, and I maybe wrote a strongly worded letter to all that team, and then I used your handwriting to write that letter and signed your name. So that strike maybe
That's
my
funny.
That does explain the weird messages I got. But no, thanks for having me, guys. Let's
See
do
you,
this
Kevin.
again.
Good to see
Maybe
you,
when
buddy.
I don't have
See
to
you, buddy.
leave. But later.
Have a good fourth.
See you, man. Thanks for coming.
Mwah, mwah.
All right, Joe is showing off the Death Stranding controller.
It's nice.
I love it's clean.
It is
All
clean.
that black with a little bit of gold
A
reminds
little bit
me
of gold, but
Lord
I
of
mean,
the
Doesn't
Rings,
have,
baby.
any paddles still.
It says Death Stranding 2 on the back. You know, it's kind of like the standard PlayStation.
Joe,
color.
do you recognize the
Joe, there's Trap.
right here? What's this for?
Oh, you're a man of culture, Bubble
yes,
Boy.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Betcha.
Yes. Have you
Anyway,
been
guys,
playing?
let's get back to Frank Conductor's questions. Where do we see big companies pulling back to the overall investment of big hits? And do we see this trend of successful indie and AA stories on console, or is Xbox dead? Anyone want to take this? Jose? Bacon?
I will because I think he's
Questions?
I absolutely I've been saying this, and I think that all the success of these AA games is showing people that are going to invest that you don't have to invest $450 million into a game to make it good. You can. How much have they said how much Expedition 33 costs to make? I assume
It's like
a
60.
fraction of that. And I hope what happens is you do see games being made for less. What that should mean, and maybe it won't, but what that should mean is less of these layoffs too. That have to happen inevitably. So
Frank Conductor wants to clarify the low barrier entry comment meant the assumed ease of porting as they come in line with PC. Jose, any thoughts on this?
Well, I mean, here's what I would say to this point, and it's where I was trying to take my argument with the Xbox console thing, because I don't disagree. I think it is. Joe made a great point that for an Xbox console player, this is an incredibly frustrating time because of like what we're getting and then what we're not getting, and we're hearing about these games and then we're not getting these games, and we're gonna do this and then we're not gonna do this, and like, if I'm being honest, I've been a little sheltered from it because a year ago, really a year and a half ago at this point, our friend Bacon convinced us to move into PC world. And since I've been there, I have been much more platform agnostic, right? And agreed that I don't really care where games are at. Like I don't feel the loyalty to the brand as much as I did when I was like a younger person, because eventually it will come to PC. And even if it's a PlayStation coming 18 months or a year or maybe much sooner with some of our upcoming games, maybe, right? It doesn't bother me nearly as much. But again, I could see where the frustration as a console player is. Now, to be fair, Xbox promised me a handheld in the next couple months. Like if that gets canceled, I'm going to be pissed, right? I'm going to really feel that kind of burden there a little bit. But I think to his point is that right now, everybody's trying to get money where they can, and that includes cutting things where they need to cut them because it's just not looking good out there, dude. And so I do think that if studios are able to tell these groups, look, I can make a game for X amount of dollars, really small, and it'll be great, and you pitch it well, I think that is where some potential lies. And Expedition 33, to Chance's point, is a great example of that. But that was, I think, and I loved Expedition 33, but I think that was also a little bit luck, right? Like, admittedly, a year ago when I saw that, I was kind of like, that looks really cool. I want to play that, but I wasn't drawn to it compared to the other stuff it released alongside, right? So I think even their expectations as a group, Sandfall was like, we're going to set this out, and if we hit X number of sales, we're going to be really happy. And then they just crushed it, and they were like, oh my God, this is unbelievable. But now that also creates a problem for them because they have pressure to be like, what are we going to do next? Are we going to do a sequel? Are we going to do a different game in the same style? Are we going to go a totally different direction? And now there's so much pressure because of our success of our first game. That's a huge problem, right? And I'm not, even with their success, I'm not sure Microsoft is throwing a bunch of money at them right now, especially because they're shutting studios. You see what I'm saying? So like, it's still a very, very terse landscape out there. And I don't know what that's going to look like. I agree with Kevin. I hope we get more single A and triple A games. Those are really fun games. I'm going to talk about when we talk about what we've been playing. It fits right into that world. But again, it wasn't ultra successful financially. And I worry without bigger things changing like the economy, I don't think that's going to change anytime soon.
Copilot tells me 30 million for Expedition 33.
I don't trust Copilot. Guys,
The
Joe,
AI
I want
overlords.
Joe. Even though this next question is directly aimed at Jose here, so hold on to your butts, Jose. We're not done with you
I
yet.
saw it. I put it in there.
Chipotle Bear. So Joe, I want you to answer it first, and then we'll wrap around to Jose. So Joe, this is from Big Box 1431.
Oh, my man.
Chance.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Oh,
He's muted.
He's
Big
muted.
Box.
He's muted.
He's also wasn't paying attention. Look
Oh.
at his face. He's like, what
Big
was the
Box
question?
1431.
Through the choo-choo choose me.
Oh
one
my
on.
God! I'm sorry. I'm a man.
Hold on. There we
Thank
go.
you. All right,
Jose.
thank you. Big Box 1431 writes, ladies and gentlemen of the jury,
Boy.
Chipotle would have you believe the live service market is already full and people have already chosen their games.
Sure.
What he fails to tell you is that he says this a week after Rematch, Mecha Break, and Dune Awakening break records for their respective developers. 3 games with relatively pedestrian metascores. He says this a month after PlayStation published their yearly add-on content revenue for fiscal year 2025, which grew 24% over 2024. How much did traditional full-price games revenue grow during that same time frame? A mere 4%.
Man, big box.
Chipotle also chose to slander Game of the Year 2025 Arc Raiders, despite its Tech Test 2 growing and concurrent players every day it was available to play. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury,
Oof, guilty.
Chipotle Bear is a danger to modern society. It is our moral obligation to put him behind bars, because it's only a matter of time before he callously perpetuates the myth of the saturated games as a service market again. Also, Diwali aided and abetted him with a disgusting head nod, so lock him up too.
Ooh, I didn't get named in this
Where is this? Where did he post this on? True Social? Jesus Christ. Yikes.
Game Positive said based box. Joe, what do you think of these games?
Jose, did you hear a knock on the door? Is that just me?
I gotta go.
It is true. So
Joe, do you
Remember, we're
think
Italian? Yeah.
all of these games as a service can continue to grow and thrive, or are we going to reach a saturation point? What do you think about Big Box's comments there?
I mean, sure. Like, yeah, we're gonna. There's nothing grows forever. So that we're gonna hit a point where these games just fall off. But even like, I don't want to like burst anybody's bubble here, but like Dune, what's it, the latest one that hit peak? Like, there are games that like come out and they're huge hits. Pal World come to mind, right? And they're like, oh my god, 100,000 whatever, and then they peter down eventually, right? But I think Hitbox does make a really great point where it's like, take a look at the growth. And it's one of those things, it's the uncomfortable truth here, is that not just Hitbox is looking at this, but
It's
Phil's
Big
looking at
Box.
it.
Big Box.
Oh, that's
he's
1431.
also Hitbox because
Yeah, he's Hitboxing too.
But like, it's also the shareholders. It's also like the reason why PlayStation's going to keep trying to find a games as service game is because of they see the numbers too.
I got
So
I got the joke.
Yeah,
Luke.
we
Come
all
on,
do.
Luke.
God.
So, yeah, no, I mean, listen, it's because it's the games that we're not particularly into, right? So
Well, do you play a lot of games as a service,
I
don't you,
do.
Joe?
yeah, listen. I was just with Luke, and we won literally every single round except the last one. And Luke has this thing, guys. Let me know. This sucks. He sucks. He says. First off, I'm going to say two things. One's going to trigger him. The other one's going to really piss him off. He'll go, "Oh wow, like we're winning a game." He'll be like, "Oh wow, dude, nothing's going to stop us now. We're crushing this team." And then they kick our ass. Like they then win the game. Like they come back and we're like, "Dude, you jinxed us." He's like, "Jinxes aren't real, but you're putting that energy out there. You're putting that energy and that unneeded pressure." Now he says that I do something similar, which is like when we're getting our ass kicked, like let's just say we're playing diamond level Marvel Rivals, and I see a play from like a, I don't know,
Rust.
I'm seeing a play from Magneto. I go, "Oh wow, this is the greatest Magneto I've ever seen," because this Magneto's running shop on us. He's like, "That's really annoying. He's not the greatest Magneto you ever seen." We're playing with the top 1%.
Sounds exactly like Luke.
We're playing with the literally top 5% of players. He's probably one of the best, mains like that he's got. Like, let's relax. He's like, "Well, you're putting that energy out." So if I'm putting that energy out, then you got to stop jinxing us, because that energy, I think, is even more detrimental to the group. Now he's going to demand to be on next week's
All
show.
right, yeah, we're gonna let's get past that. Jose, quickly, I would like you to. Do you have anything to say to
In his
Big Box
defense.
here in your defense? Yeah, before we move on to what we've been playing.
To be fair, great to see you, Big Box. Always, buddy. Truly. When he's talking about a short that I made.
Yeah,
That's what this is about. From a couple shows ago. My point was not that Arc Raiders is a bad game. I played Arc Raiders. I loved Arc Raiders. Bacon and I had a great Captain Logan join with us. We were streaming it in our Discord with each. Like, it was an awesome game, and I expect that when it drops, people are gonna love it, and it will be a really fun game, and it'll be kind of like Helldivers when it came out in February, March of last year, where it's just this great growth of a situation. But I do think that while it is awesome, I just don't know if it has the long-term growth that we're hoping that it will have. Like, I don't know if it's everybody's cutting out. We're losing internet right now.
No,
I'm good.
No, you're good.
Oh.
Big Dog Wolf Wolf. Oh, Jose is.
Meow meow.
yeah.
This happened to us prior. I would just like to say the
Jose, are you still
100th
here?
most played game is Death Stranding Director's Cut with 11,930 players on it. People
wow.
know what's up.
That's it.
Jose, are you here?
Am I
Can you
back
hear
now?
us?
First game.
Oh my God, what is this?
Oh, that's
Welcome back, Luke.
damn it.
Hold on.
Sorry, what I'll say real quick, and I was
Let's
cutting off on my
go.
internet. I'm so sorry about that. Was just
Big
that
Box, I'm sorry.
I think that
Oh no,
I think that Arc Raiders was great. I hope it does well. I just don't know if it will compete long term with things like Warzone.
Yeah.
Even with things
You're
like
right.
Rivals. Long term, short term.
Yes, long term, exactly. It's the short. I agree, Jose. I think all these games have potential at first, and they will be these big games. But I'm right there with you. I'm way more concerned about Marathon. Like that's what I was trying to say in that short. It didn't come off that way. Or when we were talking about it, I was way more concerned about Marathon long term. Like, what's the incentive there? At least with Arc Raiders, there's probably some loot and whatnot.
And the last thing, and I want to pass to Luke. Luke, great to see you, buddy.
Hey,
is
buddy.
that my concern with great games as a service is that we have so many companies that are telling it's exactly what Joe said. People that have never played that are like, we need our arrows to go up. Just go make Fortnite. Can't you make Fortnite with AI? And you're
Sony.
like, yeah, I can make Fortnite, but everybody else is just playing Fortnite. No one wants to play my version of Fortnite, right? And that's what I'm really worried about long run. And again, I'm sorry. Like,
Jose, I'd play your version of Fortnite.
Yeah, me
Me
too.
too, buddy.
Don't play my version of Fortnite. But I'm just saying,
It's on
like,
Roblox, you guys. Friend
Big
code.
Box, I hope I'm wrong. I hope there are still great games as a services out there. But what I don't want is I don't want another games as a service if it means I'm going to lose a bunch of AA and single A games.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I want those too. So anyway, that's what I have to say.
Please welcome to the show. I don't know how they keep showing up, you guys. Luke Lore has crashed the show. He has something to say. Luke, welcome to the show.
What's up, bud? Big woof, woof, woof.
Yeah, woof woof.
Oh God,
let me
stop. Meow
Hey.
meow.
Are you not a big dog?
No,
woof, woof?
big cat, kitty, meow meow.
Yeah.
I don't understand anything you guys are talking about. dude.
Hey,
Just
listen to
kidding.
the trophy room.
So first of all, Chippo, I'm so sorry you had to deal with that ice joke from my friend. I apologize for him. Okay, that's not fair that you had to go through that. Second of all, I came in partially with a headphone issue here. Dan, I heard you say something about a short you made. Do you say things for shorts, like for attention and clicks? I couldn't.
No, this is
No.
just natural
That's
show
actually just who
Natural.
Dan is.
Well, that's just that's
for
fine.
the payers.
Also, Joseph,
Yeah, what's up, bud?
I'm an adult person. I don't need to worry. I'm not superstitious and worry. Oh, I better not wear my blue socks today.
Right.
You never know what could happen.
Putting
Ooh,
that energy out. You're putting that energy out, big dog.
And hey, I know I've been listening the whole time. I didn't want to step on Kevin
Sure.
Raffamon's parade here. But this whole symmetrical sticks thing. First of all, they suck.
They
And
do.
second of all,
Yep.
I'm using this Wolverine
Yes.
thing.
So much better.
Hashtag. They did send it to me, and I just started. Oh
Dude,
my gosh, it's so much
It's
better.
so good. And
It's
listen to
so
this.
much-
No,
Just listen.
no,
Oh,
Luke, the short
nah.
nubs on that. You can't even like
Wolverine.
really grab the Wolverine.
Oh.
It's cut off
No,
like
you
half
really
inch.
can.
You need the extra length. I've been
No.
telling everybody this.
Da-
You need
Dan needs the
extra
length.
length. Yes.
Overrated.
Um,
You hear those clickies?
yeah, so nice.
The
It's
mechanical
chef's
buttons are
kiss.
nice. I agree.
So they
All
sent me the
effective.
tournament one. So mine's wired. Worth the sacrifice. Moved my chair
Yeah.
because it's so much better than the elite.
Wow.
All effects.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
weird they didn't send me one. I had to send them $180 first, I think. Is that did I do that
Oh,
wrong?
even Deja Vu agrees it's the best, and Dan makes bad decisions.
It's so good.
Yep,
It's so
yep.
good.
Anyway.
Yeah,
Luke, so
Richard,
what? Yeah, why
right.
did you want to jump in? Just to defend your honor about
Tell
the.
us about
Come on.
Magneto, Luke.
Say your piece.
Well, honestly, I just missed you guys, and it's summertime, so I
Yeah.
can talk to
Okay.
you.
Here you
That
go.
was part. That was the first part. But then, like Kevin was on, so I wasn't gonna crash while Joe was on.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Okay. Well,
like-
I'll get you in a second, Luke. We're gonna jump into what have we been playing.
Oh my
and-
gosh, I'm so ready. Cracks. up.
So good. I'll go quickly because I have a lot to say. I finished Expedition 33. I think it's a great
Nice.
game. For me, 8 out of 10. I think there's a lot to love there. I had some issues with the story. I'll talk about that. I do think, guys, and this goes to our listeners, anyone who wants to jump in, I want to do a spoiler cast talking
Yes,
about Expedition
please.
33
Yes.
specifically. I would love to do it. Great game. I don't know if it's going to stay as my game of the year, but I have so many thoughts. I'll save it for that show. So that's all I want to talk about. I
Are
did
you
beat
real
it.
quick? Are you expecting something else to come along that you already know of, or are you expecting something to like what would beat it?
It's
Call of Duty.
Death Stranding 2, Call of
no,
Duty 7.
I haven't beaten the first one. I don't know. It's up there for now, but I have issues, and I want to talk about it in the spoiler cast. So
Yeah,
we'll save
sure.
it for then. Game Positive just said Scary Movie 2 is better
right.
than Vanilla Sky.
He's right. He's right. You look familiar.
What's
to
the
me.
Rotten
He's going to
Tomatoes
get the. He's
score
going
on
to get the box art.
Everybody, go
There it is.
watch Vanilla Sky
He
and
owns
tell
it.
me that there are not similarities to Expedition 33 and the main protagonists of both stories and what they're living in. That's all I'm going to say.
Vanilla Sky. I didn't even know
Jose,
they made a 4K disc of that.
Chippo, you got to get the Stanley from The Office. What is wrong with you?
Ooh, I do need to get
No,
that.
no,
was
don't
a
listen to
good-
him.
good
No,
one.
this is my show. We don't listen to Luke on his
Scary
sound bites.
Movie
Get,
Your show.
get him out.
Our show.
Get him out of here.
We're
13%
Anyway,
on Rotten Tomatoes.
Luke, you said you're excited. What have you been playing? Talk to us.
Okay, so I have a lot of stuff. First of all, shout out to the Steam sale because it was amazing.
PC.
Consistently amazing. So I have been checking out this PS1 spirit, like it's in spirit of a PS1 game. Have you ever play Wipeout, this racing game?
Yeah.
One of my favorites of the PS1 era. Shout out to Extreme G, which was kind of in that PS1 2, but also N64 era. There's a game on Steam called Ballistic NG, which captures this wonderfully. And I hope you guys are able to go look it up because it is Wipeout and you can play it in PS1 era graphics or like modern. It is chef's kiss
Modern
on the
controls.
Steam Deck. Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
assuming.
yeah.
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 It was the one Logan was talking about last weekend, right? Was he showing that
I
clip?
told him about it.
Oh, you told him. Sorry, my bad.
I hope he talked about it. I didn't get to catch last week. I'm so sorry, guys.
Oh, you
So
on your show last
I
week.
meant on your show last Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that was
you
me, yeah.
definitely caught your
Yeah.
show. I was there.
Sorry. Thanks, bud. Thanks. So that one I really do want to shout out because I'm in this era where like I still feel amazing when I pick up a Steam Deck or a portable and I play what I played on the console when I was a kid. That is such a great feeling, you
I
know?
like the Switch too, then. It's a good one.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I still can't shut out that money because I'm saving for this. I don't know if you guys know, I'm a huge Xbox fan as of nope. Sorry, that not anymore. But I love the idea of this integrated ecosystem on a ROG Ally.
Yeah.
But I do not want to deal with drivers or any of the other stuff. Dan, how much money do you make? Shit.
Drivers, man.
I swapped a Switch 2 for this. Remember? Oh, go ahead.
I'm getting my Teacher of the Year bonus, $6-7 coming in heavy. I'm pretty excited about it.
67, you dog.
Yeah, I know.
Or was it 6 or 7?
Is it one or the other? I don't know. Either way, it's insulting. But Ballistic NG is one that I've been playing, loving that. TMNT Splintered Fate made its way to consoles. It's now on everything, and it's full crossplay. That's been a blast. Worth the double dip on my rebuy because I just love that game. If you like,
Was that the one on
Hades.
Switch? Yeah, that's the one you like, Bacon, right?
Which one?
Chippo and Bacon both played it. I know. The not Tactical Takedown, not the strategy game. We're talking about like the Hades, like
yeah, the Hades one, yeah.
Yeah. Love that one. That's been a great.
It's an awesome game. It's super fun.
And on my Steam Deck, I never wanted to play online with people. On console, it's just easy to jump in, jump out, go. Because on Steam Deck, you're just moving around. We've been playing a lot of Rivals, and let me check. I got one more thing that I've been like just touching around on. Rita's Rewind. I dove into. Kill Knight. Y'all ever played Kill Knight?
It's a good game.
Twin stick shooter. Twin stick shooter, kind of bullet helly, but it's kind of like if you played Doom 2016, twin stick. Is that my dog?
That was me in the back.
My dog.
I got
Big dog, big dog.
big dog. I got a dog, by the way. That's happened in the last week.
Yes, I heard, yes.
What'd you get?
Callie, right?
Callie, yeah, after Kal-El.
I
Because my
like
last
that
name
story.
started.
That's a good story.
Labradoodle.
Yeah, she's a Labradoodle. She's a cutie.
Nice.
Cutie. She's black and gray, which you don't expect.
Oh,
Beautiful
yeah.
coat. My wife did the thing to me, and I'm just talking. I'm taking over the show. I'm so sorry. She's like, "Babe, can we get a dog?" And I was like, "Yeah, no, yes, we can." And then she had a puppy, and I was like, "Babe, I don't think we're ready for a puppy. It's not okay. This thing's 5 weeks old." She's like, "Okay, you're right." Then like hit me with the tears. You know what I'm saying? Like all married men know. Like she hit me with the tears
As
later
soon as
on.
She said, "Can we get a puppy?"
Yeah,
it was
you
over.
should-
It was over.
Like,
Yeah, exactly. So 2 weeks later, here we are. This little Velociraptor bites my feet nonstop. But anyway, shout out to Ballistic NG. It's a great game. Really hope
Nice.
people play it.
All right, thanks, Luke. Anything you've been watching in particular, by the way?
Yeah, I just finished a show on HBO Max called The Swarm. Very slow, but enjoyable because I'm on summer pacing. And so it was an enjoyable, slow, dystopian future kind of thing. And then I just finished the 3rd episode of the 1st season of American Horror Story, which I'd never watched before.
Ooh, have fun.
I'm enjoying it, but there's
Yeah.
no one to root for. And like
Dude,
every
there's one
I'm rooting
episode
for
in
the
season 1,
maid.
dude, that is gonna hit you pretty hard. I'm just
Is it?
warning you. Yeah,
Oof.
because it hit me and Chance and Dan and Bacon's wife. Like it, just
Oh,
trust me,
no.
you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh,
when you get there.
man.
it's pretty crazy.
Ah.
Great show though.
Spoiler
Love the
alert,
show.
they pee on a blackboard.
Oh no. Okay.
Thanks for that, Chance. I forgot to say, go ahead. Go ahead.
And the other thing, I read a text from Joseph Moran not 6 hours ago. And here's the thing. I don't know anyone's views on life. He talks a lot of politics, but he was really upset that Diddy wasn't cleared on all accounts. Like only somewhat guilty, but he's out. Like, and it surprised me.
Yeah.
You know?
Did he start the text with "Take that, take that, take that"?
Did Dan finish Squid Game? Good question, Diego. No, I think I have an episode and a half. We have a lot to talk about, Diego. I'll save that for another time. Yes, I've been watching it. Man, that show's just
Thank you for allowing me to vent. I appreciate it.
great show. Bacon, what have you been playing or watching?
You know, other than being a savant at the finals, I've been playing South of Midnight. I'm on chapter 7.
Nice, yeah.
It's just okay, right?
Last night.
It's just okay.
The combat is
No.
about as simple as it gets. But everything else that's
Everything
wrapped
else
into
is
South of
great.
Midnight, I love the art style. I haven't touched any settings. It's not dropped at all. It's not crashed. It's not had any issues. Technically on PC, the combat is just simple. It is just combat. And I'm seeing it only into chapter 6. I can't imagine it gets any more advanced than this. But I don't think I'm playing this for the combat. I'd almost would rather just not even have the
You
combat.
can turn it off.
Right? Can you turn? You can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can turn those off.
But
Does
it's
that
not
make
worth
it a-
it.
I don't
Does that
think
make
it's
it a
that.
game at that point?
Yes.
Yeah, you
of
still got
course.
the platforming and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I like the music. If you listen to the lyrics and they're talking about Two-Toe Tom and all the stuff that the music's written for the chapter, and there's if you pay enough attention, it's actually kind of
it's
cool.
great.
You know, I think the Metascore is landing right where it should.
Well,
and
let me hop in on that, Bacon. Todd Oxtra, South of Midnight is a great game. I agree, Todd. Luke,
It's just fine. It's good.
have you played South of Midnight and Kenna Bridge of Spirits?
I started Kenna. I didn't stick
too.
with it. I
Yeah.
can't remember why I put it down, and I'm not like dunking on it. Like it wasn't bad experience. I think it was just timing in my life. But I did see the similarities myself.
Okay. Do you
And-
think if South of Midnight was a PlayStation game, we'd be 7 point score higher, and PS Trophy Room's Metascore would be even higher on the Fantasy Critic League?
Good question.
I think 7.5 is a
Really?
That's-
It's at a
that's where- that's where-
77.
yeah. I think
it's
that's
higher
I
than
think
that.
that's just
that's
fine.
fair.
I think it's very fair for it. I would not give it any
Okay.
higher. Like Hellblade, I feel like was done a bit short. I
Really?
felt like that
I
game
mean-
is really good. But I understand people's criticisms, but I do not subscribe to them. With South of Midnight, I'm like, ugh, this is basic level.
I
You can't expect to have a successful business if that's what your output is. Counterpoint, if you're filling Game Pass and that was the original idea, it's a great
Yup.
way to do it.
It's a great
It's a
game.
great-
I like South of Midnight.
Yeah, it's a good game. I'm not bashing it at all. It's just the combat is. I see the critiques in the combat. That is evident.
Funny, Luke's main critique was about the main protagonist.
Jesus. I knew it. I knew I was going to say it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Only things
Jose?
only things I've
Ladies
been
and
watching.
gentlemen.
Okay.
We got him.
Only things I've been watching is taking a episode a week of The Bear, season
Okay.
4, 3, 4, 4.
Four.
Fantastic, one of the best
Bacon.
shows ever made. But then we've been power watching Schitt's Creek again.
God, so
That show
You
is
can't cuss on
so
this show.
good. That is such a great show.
Bacon, instead of rewatching a show, can
No.
you try to watch Squid Game season
No,
1?
can
for
you
me?
try to
Schitt's
read
Creek.
The Last Ronin?
I'm
Please
halfway
don't.
through
Oh,
the rest.
that too.
I was reading it before I came
So
upstairs.
good.
I'm halfway
Yeah,
through
but
it.
Schitt's Creek is so good.
It's
Come
so-
on.
But he's seen it. Can we get him to watch some Squid Game?
No, but
Come
it's
on.
so funny that it's almost like you haven't seen the episode, and you're like, I remember this episode, and it was great. Schitt's Creek is great.
It's great.
Need to watch
Ju-
the Bear season 4.
It's so good.
Joe, what have you been playing?
Just a little update, by the way. Hideo Kojima's OD is still in development with Xbox, at least for now.
Yeah,
That
I'll
comes from
believe when
Just
I see
Corden.
it.
I don't cut that one.
Looking into Contraband. Listen, you
Is
don't cut
his-
a great work like Kojima.
Is
And
his
look-
name on your controller anywhere? It has to be. Where did you find it?
I'm
Where did you
shocked if
post
it's
it?
not there.
It says produced by
Probably
Hideo.
Please
signed
find
He
it.
probably signed
No,
big
designed
map
by
one.
Hideo Kojima. Exactly.
It has to be
Probably
there
has to
somewhere.
be.
It's a knockoff if it's not.
He at least has initials on it.
He's telling me Dan sent me a dud?
I sent you a Timu
I
controller.
want my money back, you son of a bitch. Oh my god.
Anyway, what have you been playing, Joe?
Oh man, just Death Stranding 2. This is a game that the original one I thought was great. Looking back at it retrospectively, like 2019 Sekiro Game of the Year, perfection from software you never missed. It was a great game, but definitely one of those that needed work around the edges. Death Stranding 2 is the game that is, I've said this to Luke, I said this on the show, it's the Assassin's Creed 2 of the series.
Hell yes.
It is an improvement on everything about the first game. Like one of the worst things about Death Stranding 1, and I'll give this terrible onboarding in Death Stranding 1. It literally
Yeah.
takes you hours to get into
Yeah,
the
I hear,
game.
Joe, that the director's cut is a little bit better. Is that true? Because I did buy that on PC.
That's
A
what I played.
little
yeah.
bit,
It's
a little bit. This one, it tells you everything you need to know and all the loops within the first 45 minutes.
Okay.
So it clears out a lot
That's
of
better.
it. It adds in way better combat and variety in which, like, my Sam knows martial arts. Like you can make it stuff like Metal Gear Solid, or you could just run around a base and just jump kick everybody because it's a one-shot kill and it looks hella cool and it's slow-mo when you do it. Like, you know, I like to take out encampments with like my sniper rifle from afar, and they do a whole bunch of stuff too to make it so that it makes sense. You're not quote unquote killing these guys, or you could do a little Konami code and you can unlock the guns and they actually can kill people and you could cripple them. That's a better way maybe of making it so they don't respawn, quote unquote.
The Batman
better.
approach. You're not killing them. You're just giving them, you know, years and
Knuckle
decades of pain.
sandwiches.
Some love taps.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Misery.
But man, everything about this game is phenomenal. The acting from each of the casts is really good. It's not like, you know, like they're phoning it in. It's on the level of Expedition 33. Everybody's giving a really stellar performance, and just shout out to Troy Baker, who is giving what if Silence of the Lambs meets the Joker, and Troy Baker.
Oh, did somebody say
No,
Joker?
Joe,
Jesus.
I'm sorry.
It's
I'm
so
sorry.
bad. It's like Timu
I
Legos.
can't play this game now.
Timu Legos.
But like his performance is so.
I just picked
Good.
up on what you said. That's good.
It might be one of like my favorite of Troy's after Joel, but it's phenomenal. I'm really enjoying my time with it. And then other than that, because you know, we came back for Summer Game Fest and I need to feel something, literally anything, after playing Luminous Arise, which was my game of the show at SGF.
Yeah, did you
Now that
notice how
means-
the season gaming picked that up in Fantasy Crit? Those sneaky devils. That's what I'm talking
Dude, they're
about.
cheating
guys.
so bad, it's ridiculous. Someone's
Yeah,
got
so
to stop
good.
it.
Well, you guys are sitting really good. Luke, you guys need to need a drastic pickup after the GTA.
No, I haven't. Logan will be like, "Hey, should we pick up this?" I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about." He's like, "In the thing," and I'm like,
It
"What
is
thing?"
cute though, Luke. Like between you and I, we care so little about this. We are going to still beat the nerd chat.
No, I don't know,
Relax.
guys. We're doing all right with
Okay,
the
whatever
Death
makes you-
Stranding. That
Death
was a
Stranding
big
helped us a
help.
lot.
We still got Donkey Kong. Hopefully, I'm worried
Okay.
about Metroid. I'm not gonna lie. Is that coming out? I
Yes,
don't
it's
know.
coming out.
Dude.
It's coming
Metroid.
out.
Yeah.
It's gonna come out.
Anyway, I don't think about you guys at all. So I've been playing
Such a
Luminous
dick.
Remastered on my Switch too. I know, why am I like this? I really just like to push people away. But this game, it's been just like it's what I was doing when I was on the beach. I was just playing that game and I was just like enjoying myself. It's just such a good time. Man, enhance.
Nice.
Guys can't do any wrong.
Luke, I had a quick question for you as well.
Mhm.
How's your Final Fantasy 16 playthrough coming along there,
Oh my
buddy?
gosh,
I
what a
warned
boring-ass
you.
game.
Talk
I
about it.
warned you, Luke. I
Like-
warned you. I said, don't do it.
You're right. Like, here's the problem is, like, first of all, the game plays so well. And like it kicks you in the nuts because it's like, yo, you're gonna have so much fun. You see this epic scene, you're gonna have a blast. Let's do this. And you're like, let's
Preach,
go.
Luke, preach.
And then they're like, hey, why don't you go get a drink? Sit down. Go get your kidney taken out. Do whatever you need to do. You got time. You got time. What a disappointing thing. Anybody that ever said to me, like Luke Lore, Zack Snyder only needs the director's cut this thing, and then they were like, Kojima, he's great, or Neil Druckmann doesn't need an editor. Shut up. If you're a Final Fantasy fan, they're the worst. They're the worst. And I had one person, I forget who. Oh, it was Butch. Butch4969. Shout out to him and spreading the nerd. He was like, Luke, you just must hate bad stories. I'm like, I would, except they don't talk about anything. Nothing happens for like 3 hours. We get a 28-minute
yes.
getting a sip of water. What is this? What?
It's
I'll watch
so
a
bad.
4-hour Snyder cut. I'll play Metal Gear Solids 1 through 5 and have a ball. I even made it through Last of Us 2, and Lord knows that thing was long. And
Thank
God
you,
of War.
Luke.
Oh my god!
Luke, here's the thing. I spent 60 hours on that game. 10 of it was gameplay. If, and I'm not exaggerating. Chance,
12.
you're forgetting how many little stupid dialogue everyone you talk to has to talk to you for 30 minutes about some
skip 'em.
bullshit.
And the mom is so. I started skipping, and the mom is so mean. Gabriel. It's like I'm fighting for my life, woman. What do you want from me? Gabriel.
Todd Oxter, the Final Fantasy 16 hate is too much. Nah, dude. Final Fantasy 16's Luke's right. Editor, stat. Let's get some. Let's cut it down here, guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Trim it up.
Anyway.
I'm playing a video game, not watching a movie.
Exactly. Thank you, Bubble Boy. What have you been playing?
Yeah. I
Update
don't
us
know
on
if you
Assassin's
saw.
Creed.
Well, let me start with I'm playing finally Resident Evil 4 remake. And enjoying every
Yes.
minute.
What do you think? Yes, you haven't played
God,
it.
I love it. I absolutely love it. It's so fun. It
It's
takes
so
me back, and I'm like, man, this gameplay loop is so
So good.
addicting. I'm on my second run. Oh, is it? Yeah.
Final Fantasy 16.
Heck yeah, it is. I'm on my handgun and knife only run, and I'm on chapter 16, I think, which is the last one. So I'm excited. It's just fun. That game's incredible. Love it. I'm so glad I chose now to play it because I can come down and just crank out 2 hours and get mostly all the way through a game now. After I played it the first time, my first run, I took my time with it. I went and tried to get everything and all that, but now I'm just cranking through, skipping things. Got my hand cannon with unlimited ammo, so. Loving it. And then Assassin's Creed, I just finished Origins today. That game kicks all kinds of ass. The story was, again, I'm not predetermining, but I think the story is probably the best story out of all of them. Although I did not remember how much it fizzled in that last act.
Really?
Yeah.
Quite a bit. Like a whole lot, quite a bit. After you kind of break past with Cleopatra and Aya's going off doing her own thing, and it brings it back. It brings it back in a really weird way if you like history, because they take what was one of the coolest assassinations of all time in Julius Caesar. I'm cool. Is that a okay thing to say? I don't know. Assassinations aren't cool.
For Caesar, yeah.
Yeah, I guess for the right person.
Ever
And-
since Joe missed slightly to the left, I don't believe in assassinations.
Well, okay.
He took my joke. He took it. I texted that to
I
him.
knew he was gonna do it.
It's so good, and I am playing. I just started Curse of the Pharaohs, so got to finish that, so that can go on the rubric as well. Have Odyssey downloaded and ready to go. It's been a slow TV week. We haven't really watched anything because I don't have Netflix anymore, so I can't watch season 3.
I was gonna say.
You gotta fire me off that. Dan, why don't you tell Nerd Chat Nation what your passcode is so that I can get it?
Post
I
on
actually
Blue
don't
Sky.
know. It's been our family one forever, so I couldn't tell you. Bacon. What about you? What have you been?
You already got me.
It's,
He already
Sorry,
went.
it's me.
Yeah.
Was he the
so,
first?
Yep.
Oh yeah, with I forgot South of Midnight. Go ahead, Jose. Close.
So I go back to work on Monday, and so I have been making my very best of this week, playing and watching absolutely as much as I can Mario Kart World with the girls. But I also did finally beat Death Stranding 1. I had never played it before. I did play.
Oh, let's hear it.
I had a great time.
Yes,
You know,
thank you.
The criticisms like it's a delivery simulator. Yeah, there's a healthy amount of the game that's about delivering. But I actually enjoyed a lot of those segments. Like the music's rad. It looks gorgeous on my PC and like 4K monitor. And it was in typical Kojima fashion, a weird story. And then it all comes together in the end. Like truly every question I had, every like, I don't understand what's going on, except one. There's one question I still don't have answered. All came together in a really great way, and it was like very meaningful. And I'll be honest, I teared up in the very last scene because it ends.
Did
on
you
a
tear up
happy
in
note.
Expedition 33?
No,
Exactly.
No, I did not. I was shocked in
heartless.
Expedition 33, but I did not tear up. But
Was
it was
it,
really
are
good,
you
man.
talking about Death Stranding 1 or 2?
One.
One.
I haven't
Oh,
played
one.
2 yet. But I really enjoyed it, dude. And it's the acting was stellar. The characters all made sense. The gameplay was eventually fun. It was a little boring at first, and I understand the critiques of like if it took a really long time to get.
Did
to
you mainline and how long?
I had 42 hours. I think was my final time. What's up, Corey? Good to see you. And I did Golden Path a good chunk of it, but I like what one of my proudest achievements was in that game, Joe. I built so many roads. And every time I'd log in, I'd get all these likes because people were like, people are using your roads. And that made me feel really good. I really like that aspect of that game.
I've been building bridges and people have been liking them.
And how that's why Joe was saying too, right? Like how
Yeah.
cool people are
Feel
still
nice.
using them this many years later, right?
Yeah, it is. So I really liked it, man. I'm happy I played it. I'm glad I spent the time. I'll be honest. I thought a 40-hour game was like a little too long for me at this point in my like life and career. This was great. It was totally worth it. And when it comes to PC, I will definitely play Death Stranding 2. Then the other game I've played and finished this week, because again, I've been putting time in, was this game that probably none of you have ever heard called Daymare 1994 Sandcastle.
Yeah, Resident Evil style.
It is a Resident Evil style game. And here's the crazy part. So it's like a Resident Evil clone. Like it's literally like you are over the shoulder and you're fighting basically zombies and you're in like an underground lab trying to figure out what happened. Like
dude, Jose, I'm looking at it right now. It's like it kind of like steals the Biohazard Resident Evil font, huh?
There's a
100%.
story that I want to tell after this. Go ahead.
But here's the cool part. So in the game, and I don't know if this is why they couldn't promote it heavily, there are so many Easter eggs. So I'm going to show you one on the screen right here. Do you see that in the screen? What is that? Can you tell?
No, whatever your hands over it.
It's
There's a hat,
Mr. X's hat.
Fedora.
Not Mr. X's hat. Sorry.
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones.
Indiana
hat.
Jones. Oh yeah, and the
Idol.
the idol. Is it the idol?
That's exactly what it is.
Oh.
Right. And there was like another one from like the show or movie Tremors. If you ever saw that with like Kevin Bacon, that was in there. Jurassic Park was in there. All
Tremors
these like
was a
weird
great movie.
Easter eggs in this game, and it was like an 8 to 9 hour story. So it wasn't super long, but super fun. It was a great palate cleanser after Death Stranding, just because that was like a very deep game and a long game. So that was a lot of fun. And then finals, we did play some finals for Ains and Eric, and we are terrible. We're really trying out there, and we're getting
trying
slightly better, but we're not great at it yet.
Yeah.
But then I also, in my own time, I went back to something I have not finished. Joe's gonna be pissed, I know. I went back to Ghost of Tsushima. I have never beaten that game, but man, I'm having a great time. I'm about 10 hours in right now, and like when I first picked it up, I don't know what I was doing with like my gaming life, where I was like, I got to take a break from this, but man, it's really good, dude. Like, and again, it looks gorgeous on my computer with the OLED and stuff. Like, Jesus, it's just a gorgeous game. So I'm excited. I'm about 10 hours into that. And then watching, we finished Bear Season 4. Also like Bacon. It's a great show. My wife loves it. Tonight, we went to go see the new Jurassic Park movie. Took my girls because they're big Jurassic Park fans.
Hell yeah.
It was fun, man. Is it a great story? Maybe. Is it a lot of fun to watch? Hell yeah, dude. Some cool
Maybe
dinosaurs.
from Jose. That's
Jose, you can say it
saving-
was a little disappointing, okay?
No, like
That's
it makes sense as a story. It's just a little like it's just mild. It's mild.
So
But it
there's
was
a
fun.
beginning and an end. And,
I don't regret going. It was awesome.
That's ScarJo.
And then because my family doesn't quite like horror movies yet, my kids are too little, and my wife doesn't like horror movies too much. In my own time at night, I did watch Until Dawn finally, the one off the game. I liked Until Dawn. It's exactly what you think it is, but it was fun to watch. And then I also watched The Substance. Did any of you watch The Substance with Demi Moore?
Yes. Very
So-
strange.
So here's the thing, Joe. Did you understand that young girl is the same girl in Death Stranding? That's what's her face. I didn't know that, and I was
Margaret,
watching it at
Qualley.
the same time. So
Yeah.
it was fun, man. I enjoyed it. Weird movie. Weird.
very nice.
Very weird. Especially in the
Gentlemen-
last 5 minutes.
Gentlemen, let's close the show like we always do with the best food we had this week. Luke, Joe, think about that for a little bit. Let's start out with Bubble Boy. Bubble Boy, what's the best food you had this week?
Yeah, we went to a little place called Opa Grill here in Parker. Did you ever go there? Yeah, exactly. It's a great place.
Where's
Did
it
you ever,
at? Where's it off of?
Like Lincoln and Parker-ish.
Okay.
Fantastic.
food?
The Greek food.
food you had?
The absolute best chicken I've ever had. I got a chicken pita. Fantastic. Opa Grill for the win.
Nice, very nice. Jose, what about you?
So we went to last week. Went to Tokabe, that Native American restaurant.
Tokabe.
Super good. And yesterday
I'll do the
we
voice,
went to Top Golf, which I hadn't gone in a long time. I had their chicken sliders. And they were
yeah.
awesome, man. It was just a good fun day. Go out and hit some golf balls. And
We got to
to
find some sliders when they eat their 8 JBCs, Jose, so we can each eat 8
Oh
sliders.
no, I'm gonna go get JBCs that day, but I'm not.
Yeah,
gonna
you gotta
go.
celebrate
I'll
with
have,
us.
Like 3
In
that's
solidarity.
Yeah. So that's
Okay.
fine. Good food, but pretty mild, nothing super crazy. Excited to eat some glizzies tomorrow for her. And Dan, I did buy cream cheese and sriracha for the hot dogs tomorrow. I'll let you know.
Yes.
And we just need fresh sliced jalapenos. Did you get that, Jose?
I did not.
That's a key part of the Seattle hot dog.
really
It really is. Go look it up, everybody. Bacon, go ahead. What was the best food you had this week?
I had a double QPC tonight. But that's really about it.
All right.
Add one to the ticker.
Oh, Jose, add it to the ticker, please. Luke, what was the best food you had out there in God's country, North Carolina?
I don't really have any good food. I don't know. Like,
Look at how white he is. He's had bland ass
first of all,
chicken.
I love bland ass chicken.
Boiled chicken.
Yep.
I don't know. Like, I mean, I got some chicken. I rolled it with some cheese and a tortilla. Put it in some Taco Bell sauce. That was good. I like I'm not a big food person. I prefer, like, Joe was with me in LA. Like, I was like, I'd like the most basic thing on the menu, please. And if you could just do me a favor, don't season it.
Do you have mayonnaise?
I did have mayonnaise. You know what? Today I had Jersey Mike's. My wife got it.
There we go.
And she forgot to get mayonnaise on my sandwich. I was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" She's like, "We have mayonnaise at home." I was like, "What?"
But she didn't pay for the man.
We have water at
extra
home.
at
Doesn't mean I'm
Jersey
not going to
Mike's.
drink when I'm out.
Whoa, guys! Breaking news: 1 hour, one decision just said. Asked, has anyone tried the Takis collab with Wendy's? Jose, educate me. I have no idea
I
what,
don't know what that
was
is.
going
I
on.
refuse. I'm out.
They probably put them on a
Like there's
burger.
party in my mouth, and everyone's invited.
All right, never mind. Sorry, 1 hour.
Not a hot take. Wendy's it was so much better than it should be. But
Yeah.
they've gotten so expensive that it's ridiculous.
All fast
Yeah.
food's expensive.
A lot of
It
bread
is.
too. A lot of bread. I feel like in their buns. Just
I have
don't
not
know.
had Wendy's in like over a year, I think.
Really. That's how I
Yeah,
went
Good
Taco
for you,
Bell.
Joe.
It's rare that I have it, but that was my college just because of location. We
Yeah.
had a lot of Wendy's back in the
Well,
day.
Joe, you live in a suburban metropolis
Takis.
out there, so you have
A
you can just go to
garden
get your
state.
fresh, great.
Oh,
movie.
it's a Fuego Takis chicken sandwich, Fuego
Oh.
fries, and Takis Fuego chips.
Sounds spicy.
I
much
might have
heartburn
to go
that's
get
gonna
that
cause.
right
They're
now.
really. That's you're desperate. Let's take it back to basics, shall we? You wanna know
Frank
what I had?
Conductor. Go ahead. Let's see it. Ooh, he's got some ice cream.
That's
It looks
it.
like a twist.
Is that
I
a
went
Dole
to
Whip?
Coors. Yeah, let me
The
tell
same
you.
thing, Champ.
I went to Coors down in Seaside, New Jersey. If you wanted to assassinate me, too late, man. I already left the fucking building, dude. You lost me. Anyway, you never had your car. I went to this ice cream spot, which you only could use hard cash. You can't
Oh
use
yeah.
credit.
wow.
So
I've never
you
had
know it's
that.
a
Gotta have
drug
the
front.
cash.
You know it's a drug front, but it's run by the mob. But truthfully, the best thing I've ever eaten in my life was a gelati in Venice, Italy. It was literally the most delicious thing I ever had. This orange vanilla twist on a cone. Simple yet effective.
Really, the orange?
Some of
You
the
like
best
orange?
Orange cream, baby.
ice cream
Yeah.
I've
Oh, yeah.
ever had. It tasted like an orange creamsicle.
Yep.
Ooh wee. I should have gotten the large.
That wasn't.
That
large.
wasn't the large?
No,
huge.
no. Oh my god, it was legitimately amazing. And yeah, then I had some of the worst pizza in my life mixed
Oh,
with
perfect.
some bland ass
At Papa
calamari.
John's?
No, it was like this place out on Seaside. We really should have gotten the shrimp, but
Joe is doing his best to convince people he's Italian right now, straight from
Okay.
Come on.
hey, do you know First Scene of Sopranos shot 5 minutes away from my house?
Will you
okay?
tell us
So
every
you must
time,
be
Joe?
Italian.
All right.
Joe, I'm
Must
using
be
this new
Italian.
app I got on Truth. What's your address?
What's that? Nothing. Listen, Dan, when you get eventually stopped, just hit him with Vanilla Sky is my favorite movie. They're like,
Let him
he's
go.
like,
Let him go. That'll do it. Jose, I need you to add one Costco pizza to the ticker, please. But the best food I had this week, and Chance, I sent a picture to you guys, was we went to Dairy Queen, tried that Superman Blizzard, the cookie dough blizzard. It's just a blue blizzard with cookie dough, but it was delicious.
Nothing wrong
as
with that.
always.
And
Exactly.
sprinkles.
Sounds like I should go.
And but my
Yeah, you
favorite
should.
Blizzard is the Heath, and you say extra Heath Blizzard. It is absolutely fantastic. If you haven't had it, go get yourself a Heath Blizzard. That is the best food I had.
Do you ever
this.
just eat a Heath bar by itself?
Yeah,
course,
oh yeah,
delicious,
but that's it literally breaks
Yeah,
my
the
teeth
nougat
apart.
gets stuck in
It's
your.
just
yeah,
it's
a
too
mess.
much. Frank Conductor also said the day I quit Taco Bell is the day my toilet thanked me. Well, we have that in common.
He's not lying.
Todd
Some of
Oxtra
us
says
have
Bob's
that problem regardless of Taco Bell.
Burgers. Oh shoot, the Superman premiere is next week. 1 hour, 1 decision. Are you guys going to go to that opening? Luke, I'm
Thursday
assuming?
night. Thursday night.
Thursday. Luke,
Nice.
I'm sure I will go.
Is
but
have you
Tom
bought your
Cruise in it?
tickets yet?
no.
Oh yeah, because you're the wife
Hashtag
is
not
on,
my
like,
Superman.
disability and
Well, no,
everything.
it's
Can't
just it's just that I get nervous in
not my
social
Superman.
settings, so like I have to like build up the courage, and like as soon as I have the courage, I'm like I'm going.
Yeah, I hear you, Luke.
But if I hear it, if I'm like okay, I got to be ready to
But
go.
aren't you a
it's fun.
DC super fanboy? though?
Luke, I'm on vacation. You're bringing work home with me right now. All right, let's relax.
What drugs are you on? I'm not. I'm on the spectrum.
Todd Oxtra said, "Did you have Little Caesars this week, Luke?"
Did I? No. Ew. God, I will not have that again until the next fundraiser.
How
And let me tell you,
terrible.
I started saving earlier than like I started saving the week I got back to go so I could go back to LA because
You don't
I-
eat Little Caesars?
I felt so cheap. I felt like a hooer, and I was like, "This is
How dare
crazy."
you?
Well,
know?
here's the thing, though. I give you credit for eating that because pineapple on pizza is absolutely heinous.
But he
in the
was
first
pretty
place.
weak with his jelly beans and Logan
And then
was
he's
way
yeah.
harder.
You were making a big deal. Shout out to
No.
Captain Logan carrying all the weight with the jelly
I'll
beans,
eat
'cause he
one
was just
jelly
taking
bean
it
for every
like a pro.
$1,000
After
raise.
everyone, here's Luke.
They did say
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and
Every
yeah,
time.
I don't like spicy.
Logan was handfuls.
Did Logan wear? Did Logan wear a? Fall
That's
Boy
true.
suit that
You
was
know what?
6
Shout out
sizes
to
too
Luke
tight?
Lord, the Expansion Expansion Pass, wearing that insane Fallout
so
Vault Boy
embarrassing.
suit.
Yeah, I gotta give you that one.
So embarrassing.
I
Man,
bet.
the best part was Paris Lily, who does not like me. He was
Oh, I
just like,
heard.
ugh.
Yeah. It's
I was
absolutely
like,
just
good of you
disgusted.
too. We look the same right now.
Gentlemen, this has been the Nerd Chat episode. What is this? 218.
218.
Everybody, do not trust Xbox.
Or do.
My name is Daddy Diwali. You can follow me at Daddy Diwali across all social media. You can follow the show at the Nerd Chat Podcast everywhere. Jose, where can people find you?
You can find me Chipotle Bear everywhere, and you can find me back at work on Monday. So
I'll be
instead, I will
joining
just
you.
say a huge thank you to Kevin and Joe and Luke for joining us today, guys. I know summer is just a nice time for us to get together, but again, you know, it's off camera. We all chat all day with each other, and it's always nice when we get together. And even in these times where like things are not great across the gaming world right now, it's nice that we have people that are like-minded. And you know, I always get reminded when I like go into my like real world that like it's great that I love playing video games. I will always love playing them, and it's nice being around people that also feel like that are also just like older like us, because sometimes it can feel very isolating. So shout out to everybody, and thanks for everybody in the chat. That's what I'll say.
Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the guest, X Bacon Game. And where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at xbacongaming because I still live there. You can also find me searching through my Steam library to find my next PlayStation exclusive that I will platinum on
guys.
PC. Get the ding and the pop, looks
Trying
just like
so
it
Did
does.
you get Last of Us 2 Platinum?
I might have to go through another playthrough, and I'll probably do that after I play the Horizon Forbidden something.
What?
I'll get that platinum too.
Wow.
On my PC.
Bubble Boy N7. Can't wait to see you. Oh, yeah, by the way, happy 4th of July, everyone.
Yeah, that's what I was
Tomorrow.
gonna say.
Go ahead, Bubble Boy, take it away.
Scarfing down the glizzies, and as much as it's a rough time, hard time to be a huge fan of this team, I do want to point out that it is 4th of July, and you can be patriotic still. We are the country that has brought us the greats like Halo.
French fries.
America brought us French fries. They brought us Patrick Mahomes, Taylor Swift. You know, there's a lot of really good things going on in this country
Who's Taylor
that we
Swift?
can still be proud of. And
Existentialism.
there you go. So
All
I'm gonna be excited to
Roberts.
down some glizzies in honor of our country.
What I thought Chance was going to say, that we are all, the Nerd Chat is getting together tomorrow night to celebrate at Bacon's house.
That
our
too.
country's
America.
The
independence, but-
NFL. We brought the all the good Star Wars,
The best of the football.
Marvel,
And joining us, making his return.
Batman.
I don't know how he keeps crashing the show. Mr. Badbit
We
over at
love
PS
him.
Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast. Thank you for being here, Joe. Where can people find you?
Thank you. It's been a pleasure for real though.
First time, long time.
And check the notes. How were we tonight?
Let me crunch the numbers.
Can't read.
Shut up. Go back on your fidget spinner, you son of a bitch. Boop, 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 boop. Exactly. See, I knew it. 8 out of 10.
Nice.
I'll take it.
We'll take it. We'll take it. Luke Lore over at XEP, showing everybody. Oh, I won't finish that sentence. Never mind. He loves to dress up, you guys, when he goes to Summer Games Fest. That's all I'm gonna say. Mr. Luke Lore, where can people find you?
The Xbox expansion pass, YouTube. You can go find that. But really, what I want you to do, everybody that's listening right now, please click the like button and share this to somebody who would enjoy it, because that is how we. That is just how content creators need their content spread, like to people that would enjoy it. Rising tides lift all boats. So
That's right.
Share it with people that you think will love it. There you go.
All right. As always, gentlemen, tomorrow comes. See you online.
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 I guess. Where are we supposed to be? At what time?
Online. I think
Online.
we're supposed to be online.
Oh, all right.
Just say you'll be online.
Okay, I'll be online, I guess.
They never told us anything about
They
this.
didn't. They didn't. Yeah, they didn't prep us for this.
They watch us every week but don't know the outro.
Yeah, what do I,
I wouldn't
what do
say
I
every
What do
week.
They
Yeah,
quit
yeah, a
before
lot
the
of
outro.
weeks.
They quit
He
before.
doesn't
Jose,
say
end
every
this.
week.
Just end
What do I
this,
do with my
please.
hands?
I gotta run quick.
Bag up, Terry. Put it in reverse, Terry. Put it in reverse. Oh, Lord. Lord, Jesus. Oh, Lord. Oh, Jesus. What the you doing, Terry? Terry, what you doing?
People that sound like that don't get picked up by ice. Let me tell you.
Go
I know
watch
what
that
that
clip.
is. Holy
Have a good
cow.
week, everyone.
The Nerd Chat is an Xbox podcast celebrating all things gaming, food, and the good old days. You can follow the show at the Nerd Chat Podcast across all social media. The show was created by Daniel Walenzik, and you can follow him at Daddy D. Wally. Co-host and producer Jose Martinez III can be found at Chipotle_bear. Former intern, now co-host Jason Jarrett can be found at XBaconGaming. And former co-host, now returning intern, Chance Siegel can be found at BubbleBoyN7. If you'd like to find out more about the show, please visit nerdchatmedia.com. And as always, see you online.